Morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever I may be watching or listening to me from. My name is AyoT, and this is the Naija FC podcast on Eagles Tracker, the home of Nigerian football. On this show, we bring you raw, unfiltered opinions on all the hottest and latest topics in the world of Nigerian football. And boy, do I have an episode for you. We are just about recovering from the disappointment of the Super Eagles falling to a penalty shootout defeat against the Democratic Republic of Congo in the CAF World Cup qualifying playoffs final. We'll get into all of that. We'll talk about how the game went. We'll talk about how the qualifying series went for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. We'll talk about the aftermath of missing out on yet another FIFA World Cup and everything that we've seen on social media since then. We'll also talk about the CAF awards coming up in a couple of days with Nigerian players nominated for both the men's and women's player of the year award, as well as other award nominations. And then, of course, as always, I'll give you guys an opportunity to join me on the program and share your thoughts on all the topics that we have discussed. As always, I want to implore you to please hit the like button on the video so that you can help the channel to reach more people. Subscribe if you're new here and engage with us in the comments. But if you want to have priority comments, you want to have your comments highlighted on the screen, you want to ask a question, or you want to just suggest a topic for conversation, please make sure to do so with a super chat. That way you can support the channel as well as get priority responses to your comments. Thank you very much, and I appreciate everyone that is tuned in yet again on another Monday for the Naija FC podcast. Okay, the Super Eagles of Nigeria fell to a penalty shootout defeat against the Democratic Republic of Congo. The Eagles could not outrun or outfly the Leopards of DR Congo. Man, I have slept on it. I have woken up. I have thought about it. I have almost meditated on it. And really, I'm still absolutely shocked by what I saw in that game. The level of performance, the drop in standard from what we had seen in the previous two matches, it was incredible. It was incredible. The Super Eagles looked like the Super Chickens that a lot of people like to call them when they lose. You know, there was really just no quality throughout the second half, throughout the extra time. It was almost like the team just went to sleep. And I don't want to knock these players. I know that the players try hard. I know that they train hard. I know that they are concentrating on the job at hand. I know that they are giving everything to qualify for the World Cup because it is just as important for them as it is for we, the fans, or we, the people in the media. But yesterday, just everyone looked like a shadow of themselves. And it was rather unfortunate. You know, I saw an interview from Noah Sadiki, who ran the show in the midfield for DR Congo. And he said that they knew that once Victor Osimhen went off, they said they knew that once Victor Osimhen went off, it was a different ball game altogether. They knew that. And I think that is something that is relatively sad that even our opponents can identify. I mean, if they have eyes, they can see that once Victor Osimhen is off the field, it is a game changer for the Super Eagles and not in a good way at all. We struggle to create chances. We struggle to find goals. Osimhen is not there to just provide us a moment of magic and do something fantastic for us. And that's something that we need to work on. That's something that we need to fix. That's something that absolutely needs to change if we're supposed to move forward in the right direction, going into future tournaments, and of course, trying to qualify for the 2030 World Cup, as we are not going to be in the 2026 edition. We cannot be this team of quote unquote star-studded, star players, a couple of world-class players playing in top leagues, top teams around the world, and be struggling like this. We just can't be that. And it is sad that that looks to be the case. That looks to be the case. We are over-reliant on one player. We're over-reliant on one player. And I know, I saw a video on social media today, and the guy was saying that Eric Shell did not do anything. Eric Shell was just lucky, quote unquote, to have Victor Osimhen in form, and that's kind of what helped us to get to the point that we were, where we actually had a chance of qualifying. And when I read it, or when I heard it rather, I was like, like don't say that. Like, give Eric Shell kudos, give Eric Shell credit for what he did. But then when you really think about it, Osimhen was the one that was doing everything, and Eric Shell, set the team up well. I guess motivated the team fairly well. But then the first four matches that we crucify Pesero, we crucify Finidi for fumbling the bag in the first four matches, where we had 3 draws and 1 defeat. Against Lesotho, the first draw, we had Boniface and Awoni up front. We did not have Victor Osimhen. Against Zimbabwe, the second 1-1, we had Terry Murphy up front. We did not have Victor Osimhen. Against South Africa, the third 1-1, up front, we had Onwachu and Ademola Lookman. Again, Anaya Nacho was there as well, playing from the right. No Victor Osimhen. And then the 2-1 defeat against Benin Republic, we had Terry Murphy up front as well. Then fast forward to March of 2025, Eric Shell has taken over at this point against Benin Republic, against Rwanda. We had against Rwanda, we had Victor Osimhen. Victor Osimhen goes and scores 2 goals. In the 1-1 draw against Zimbabwe, Victor Osimhen goes and scores a goal. In the 1-0 victory over Rwanda, Osimhen starts. He didn't score, but he starts and he was on the field in that game. The 1-1 against South Africa, that one we had Cyril Dessers, and of course, we did not win that game. The 2-1 victory over Lesotho, we had Osimhen starting up front. The 4-0 over Benin Republic, of course, Osimhen scored a hat-trick. The 4-1 over Gabon, Osimhen scores 2 goals. And then the game against DR Congo, Osimhen goes off at halftime and we struggled to win the game. So when I looked at the record, I was like, it's actually like a plausible statement. If Osimhen is on the field, we win. If Osimhen is not on the field, we don't win. It's as simple as that, honestly. It's as simple as that. If Osimhen is on the field, we win. If Osimhen is not on the field, we don't win. And the record shows it. All the games that we drop points, Osimhen was not there. Only the Zimbabwe one that Osimhen was there. And when he subbed off, we conceded. Man, we need to figure something out. We cannot be Victor Osimhen FC, a whole nation of 200 plus million people. And we cannot put together a team of 23, a squad of 23 and 11 on the field that can deliver in the absence of any one player. And again, I know that Osimhen is world class. I know. So obviously, when you have a world class player, the player becomes a key player for you. But look, even Portugal will win without Cristiano Ronaldo. Even Argentina can win without Lionel Messi. So it's like we need to be able to deliver even in the absence of our superstar player. If Osimhen not being in a match means that we are not better than Zimbabwe, we are not better than DR Congo, we are barely better than Rwanda, all these countries. I don't know, man. I don't know. I really do not know. I really do not know. Look, should we have qualified for the World Cup? I can't even say we should have, because we didn't deserve it. I said this from, I think, the South Africa game when we played the second 1-1. I said that we really don't deserve to be at the World Cup. Selfishly, because I have a bias. I'm a Nigerian football fan. I'm a Nigerian football content creator. I'm in the media. Like, of course, I wanted Nigeria to be there. Of course, I wanted to go and support and cover the team. Of course, I did. But can we actually say that we should have been there? That's the question. We can't. That's the answer. It's not even a rhetorical question. We can't. DR Congo were clearly the better side. DR Congo clearly outplayed us. It was attack against defense. We really struggled. And they had a goal disallowed. Ultimately, they beat us on penalties. Mobike said, if we won that game on penalties, that's how we would have known that God does a draw. And honestly, if we had won that game on penalties, it would have been the most undeserved win. Like, I would have been so, happy. But again, it would have been the most undeserved win. We didn't deserve to win yesterday. We just did not. We did not play up to the level. We did not play up to the standard. We were second best for majority of the game, and we rightfully lost that match. We rightfully lost that match. Viral moments, with the super chat comment says it was when Osimhen left that Mbemba and Twanzebe got freedom. They explored the hell out of us. Yes, yes, yes. And I mean, I will say this. I will say this. Um, the tired legs in a lot of our players did not work in our favor at all. You could clearly see that people like Ndidi were struggling for majority of the game. And I'm not trying to, there's enough blame to go around. There's enough blame to go around. But I wonder why Indeed he played 120 minutes. Like, I'm someone that I've come here so many times, and I've spoken about how people need to put respect on Wilfred Ndidi's name. I've said it so many times that you guys talk about Wilfred Ndidi like he's some scrub, like he's some random, when he's still our best tackler, best interceptor, best at winning second balls. But in that match, we could see from maybe minute 65, minute 70 that Ndidi was kind of tired. I know Sadiki, the 20-year-old or 21-year-old DR Congolese player, it was running rings around him. They were moving the ball. Ndidi could barely keep up. It was just, when it's like, you're turning this way, turning that way, trying to find the ball. It just was not working. And look, Eric Shell called up other midfielders in Rafael Onyedika and Al Hassan Yusuf. And I wonder, are those guys, like, is the message that those guys are so bad that even when we are struggling in midfield, those they cannot get into the game? Is that the message? Like, they are so bad that even when we are struggling in midfield, even when somebody is clearly tired, they cannot get into the game. Is that honestly the message from the coach? I wonder. I really do wonder. Because I want to believe that those guys have some quality. I like Rafael Ongedika. I watch him play for his club. I watch him play in the UEFA Champions League. I've seen him put in good performances against the likes of Man City, decent performances against the likes of Barcelona. Does he just not fit into the system that Eric Shaw likes to play? If he doesn't, then why doesn't Eric Shaw call someone that fits into the system? There are so many questions that can be asked. There's so many questions that can be asked, and that right now I don't have answers to. Viral Moment says, I am super disappointed in our wingers. I'm watching other teams play and I'm just sighing. Chukwueze can't run no more. Simon to Lookman to my post pit for this team. That's what Viral Moment says. That's what Viral Moment says. So many things that I wonder. I love Shell, but is he telling me that someone that plays against Barca and Monaco this season is not worth starting for us? No, let's get it right, guys. For me, it's not even just about playing against Barca and Monaco. It's about putting in quality performances. It's about seeing what he can do. It's about the fact that the boy can actually play the ball. He can actually play the game. He's actually a good midfielder. And he played well against these teams. Again, I don't understand how he could not get a single minute in two matches. You overstrained and overworked with Fred Ndidi in that midfield, and it ended up working against us. We saw the lapses in that DR Congo game. Frank Onyeka started the second match alongside Ndidi, but ultimately had to play the full 120 minutes as well because the coach did not make any change in that position. Oh man, I wonder. You know, if I was initially going to go back and rewatch the game. I was going to go back and rewatch the game and try to see the things that I did not previously see, and try to just look at it from a tactical point of view, not just following the ball around, actually watching position of players. But I just haven't had the motivation. I just haven't had the motivation. For me to go back and watch that game, I'm like, they don't pay me to do this. That's really, I was like, they don't pay me to do this. If to say I be coach, but they don't pay me to do this, man. To go back and watch that game is just not, they sweet my body, So I just kind of let it go. I just kind of let it go. I just kind of let it go. But if anybody likes to take that upon themselves, feel free to do the tactical analysis. I'll watch your content. If you want to come and do the analysis on Eagle Striker, let me know. Maybe we'll bring you on to come and do the analysis for us. But I just refuse to go back and watch that game. I was chatting with somebody today. The person said, that IoT, in my head, they've not played that game yet, so I don't want to wake up. I don't want to come to this reality. And I said, brother, we have to be honest with ourselves. It has happened. We're not going to the World Cup. I'm pained. Everybody's pained. The country is disappointed. And in the aftermath of the defeats of penalties against DR Congo yesterday, some very interesting things have happened. First of all, some people were saying that Victor Osimhen did not want to be a part of the game, and that's why he was subbed off. Some people said it was a dressing room bust up. That's why Victor Osimhen was subbed off. And I credit the ability of Nigerians to create stuff, to just create stuff out of thin air, out of nothing, to just create something out of nothing, create a story out of nothing. I was very shocked, because if there's one person on the Super Eagles team that you cannot question his mentality, you cannot question his drive, you cannot question his determination, I would have thought that one person is Victor Osimhen. That's what I would have thought, that one person is Victor Osimhen. And even in one of my group chats with a few of my friends, somebody was saying that Osimhen just did not want to be a part of it, that Osimhen gave up on the team. I said, how can Osimhen be okay and at halftime just say he's not playing? I said, it's not possible. But this guy was adamant that that's how he feels. And it made me laugh a little bit, because I'm like, how do people just come up with these things? How do people just come up with these things? Osimhen actually even stayed on longer than maybe he should have, probably just trying to see it out until halftime to see if he can continue. And I'm even hearing reports from the Super Eagles technical committee, technical team, the staff, that Osimhen actually wanted to try and stay on, but they refused him going back on because they didn't want him to aggravate the injury. Is it until he breaks his leg or he tears a muscle and then now he's out for 3 months? Is that when Nigerians will be happy? The NFF will not take care of him. He will have to go back to Galatasaray that pays his wages and undergo treatment. And then obviously this is a very, very crucial period. If he gets injured now, it means that he will probably miss the AFCON. So they had to take precautionary steps. They had to be careful. And for people to just come up with all kinds of assumptions, stories, I don't know, man. Like, I don't understand it. Osimhen definitely got hurt. And could not continue. Or maybe he could, but it wasn't a risk worth taking. Maybe it just wasn't a risk worth taking. Because again, if he gets injured, everybody will move on. He's the one that will deal with the mental stress. He's the one that will deal with the emotional stress. He's the one that will deal with the pain, with the physical toll on his body. Somebody said, if he's truly injured, I must not see him playing for Galatasaray in the next 2 months. In 1 month, he's going for AFCON anyway. So that was something that I saw on social media that I did not quite understand. The second thing that I saw on social media, that was extremely, extremely laughable, extremely hilarious, extremely like embarrassing. The comments from our head coach, Eric Shaw.
Eric, coming towards the end of the game, I could see that you were a bit frustrated with maybe some of the DR Congo staff members. Could you give us an update on what happened there?
During all the penalty the session, a guy of Congo did some voodoo. Every time. So this is why I was a little nervous after him.
Yeah. What did you see?
Yeah, something like that. With the I don't know if it's a water or something like that. So I don't.
Quel est votre message en...
Guys, that is not AI. Oh. That's not AI. That's not a deep fake. That's not a manipulated video. That is your Super Eagles head coach. That's your your own, not my own. Your Super Eagles head coach or our Super Eagles head coach claiming, alleging that DR Congo, one of their staff members, was doing voodoo during the penalty kicks, and that's what made him upset, and that's why he was causing fight after the game. That is so embarrassing. Like, even if you thought it was voodoo that I was doing, let's even say, in fact, even if you saw him with calabash on the sidelines, you shut up. You don't go and say that kind of thing in front of the media. Come on now, Eric Shell, you don't go and say that. Don't embarrass all 200 million of us. You don't go and say that kind of thing in front of the media that they were doing voodoo. That's not why you lost. You lost because you played a terrible game and your players missed penalties. And the penalty tactic was useless. You left your best penalty taker on the bench in William Trustekong. When you made a sub 5 minutes before the end of extra time, you left your best penalty taker on the bench. You took off your attacking option that can actually take a penalty. Then you sent your center back to take the first penalty. And then your leaders, your captain, did not step up for a penalty and then sent a center back to take the first penalty in sudden death. That's why you lost. That's why we lost. It was not because somebody was doing voodoo with water. I don't care what you think of voodoo. Look, if Nigerians are allowed to pray during a penalty shootout, then Democratic Republic of Congo, they're allowed to do voodoo during a penalty shootout. If you're allowed to pray, then they're allowed to do their voodoo. If that's their religion, is there no right to practice your religion as you wish? As far as the guy was not doing anything that was directly interfering with the game, not be saying they stone the players. It was not pointing laser in the it was not pointing laser in the eyes of the Nigerian players. It was not calling them slurs. He was not insulting them. He was not doing anything. If truly you think he was doing voodoo, okay, and so you come out in the media and you did not feel the shame as you were saying it. You were even describing it. Like, he was doing something. You don't know if it was water. Child, Eric Shell. That's the most laughable. Like, when I saw it, I said, this is not a deep fake. It's not deep fake. It's not banter. Our coach said it, and he said it with a serious face. Like, he meant what he was saying. If you even won the game and you come out after you won and you tell us, they were doing voodoo, but we still beat them, it even sounds better. You just lost a penalty shootout. You come and tell us you were fighting because they were doing voodoo. Oh boy. We have many problems to solve, man. We have many problems to solve. Again, I say, if Nigerians are allowed to pray during the penalty shootout, then they too are allowed to do their voodoo as they wish. The Soul Whisperer says, blaming voodoo on penalties is such a very weak mentality. Eric Shell was focusing on fallacies instead of realities during the game. Ada J3 says, with the discourse around CAF football, Africa must perform well with 9 or 10 slots at the World Cup. To be honest, we may have embarrassed ourselves at the World Cup. Look, were we going to win the World Cup? I mean, of course not. Were we going to go and reach the semi-final of the World Cup? I mean, of course not. Would we have made it out of our group at the World Cup? Maybe. Maybe not. But you know that we just like to go to the World Cup to be part of the festivities, to be part of the vibes, for some players to get the visibility that they need. We've spoken about it now. Players like Victor Osimhen, they need the World Cup on their CV, on their resume, in his portfolio. He needs to bang a few goals against these countries for his credibility as a superstar, as a world-class player. He needs it. We've said it before. If Osimhen is supposed to make a huge move in the future, he needs to, these things help. These things help. Imagine Benjamin Frederick going to the World Cup and being a baller there. Teams will be rushing for him. Is it not after World Cup when Enzo was best young player that he moved to Chelsea for over 100 mil? We've seen players like James Rodriguez become world superstars after playing at the World Cup. We've seen it several times. Several players in different countries. We know what the World Cup can do for somebody. So, no, we're never like, Nigeria is like a 1,000 years away from winning the World Cup. But it would have been nice to go. It would have been nice to be at the party. It would have been nice to be part of the festivities. All our, it's like, imagine, let's say you have this group of friends. You have this group of friends. And everybody is going, in your group chats, they say, boys, let's go on a boys trip. We're going to the Maldives. We're going to Ibiza. You might not be the richest amongst your group of friends. There might be some big ballers in your group. But at least you can buy your plane ticket. You can pay for your hotel to join them in Ibiza. And you're happy about that. And you go and you enjoy the vibes with the boys. Some of your boys might be in Ibiza and they might spend more money on drinks. Some of your boys might drive fancier cars. But at least you are content with the fact that you can get there and you can enjoy the time with your boys. Yes, our boys like Morocco, yes, they might go to the World Cup and they might reach the quarterfinals, reach the semifinals. Yes, our boys like Senegal might go there and they might get 1 or 2 good wins. But we still want to be with our boys. And unfortunately, we're the friend in the friend group that when they said, guys, let's go on a boys trip, we say, oh, we don't get money. You never want to be that guy in the friend group that just never has money to go out or never has money to do anything with the rest of the group. Our presidents, our people, they travel to all these countries. They dine with their FA presidents. They don't learn what they are doing. They don't see how to make things better. Not just vibes. Look at our Exco and all these people. They were in Rabat. They were partying. They rush. Well. They were having fun before the game on Sunday. That's what we like now. We go there for the vibes. We see, if I join NFF Exco, it's just so that I can be traveling for free. They pay for my private jets. I just be traveling. I'll be the most active member. Under 17 in Brazil, I'm going. This one in Spain, I'm going. Morocco for match, I'll just be traveling everywhere. That's what they do. Your passports will have like 20 million. You'll be changing passport every year. That's all they are doing. The Super Eagles of Nigeria. At this point, see, I don't talk. Guys, please like the video. We're over 100 and something people. Only 23 likes. Guys, please like the video. Please. Just let's take this quick intermission to hit the like button. I know that sometimes it's easy to forget, but please, it doesn't take any time at all. It takes you less than 30 seconds. Guys, please just hit the like button. It goes a long way. Please hit the like button. Let me see those numbers go up, guys. Please hit the like button. How can we have so many people and less than 25% are actually liking the video? Come on, guys. Please, please, please hit the like button. And finally, if you are watching on YouTube, rather if you are watching on Instagram, if you are watching on Facebook, if you are watching on X, join us on YouTube now. In 1 minute, the stream will end on other social media platforms. So please, if you are on Facebook, on X, on Instagram, join us on YouTube now. For people that are asking how can they call in, if you are on Instagram, you can't call in. Join us on YouTube now. Thank you very much. Join us on YouTube now. Guys, please keep liking. It's still less than half of the people that are watching have liked. Please keep liking. Please. Do me this favor. Super Eagles have let me down. Please, you don't let me down as well. Hit the like button, please. Hit the like button. I don't know why some people want to be stingy with the likes. If you keep your like now, it's not as if there's a limit on the number of videos you can like. There's no limit. So just like it for us, Joe. It goes a long way. It goes a long way. Okay. Let me bring on my co-host to hear his thoughts on some of the things that we've covered so far. Smith Layi, welcome.
Yes, nice to actually be hearing because I guess my camera probably I didn't see that one initially. So yes, I've been hearing you. It's all about the not qualifying for the World Cup. So I don't know where to start from.
Let me tell you where to start from. I'm sure you must have seen the video.
Yeah.
Our head coach said they were doing voodoo. They're the penalties. How do you feel about that?
See, I've been hearing that there is no voodoo in Africa. There is no voodoo in football. See, for me, that is a lie. There might not be voodoo to increase your ability, but there might be voodoo to enjoy you. There might be voodoo. Yes, there might be voodoo to enjoy you. There might be voodoo to do things bad to you, but you cannot do voodoo for you to win. That is it. So, for example, if they do something bad to you, you might not have the capacity to actually to win. So, I think there is. So, but the issue is just that Congo for all these things. You see, go and check Zimbabwe, Mazembe versus Lipopo. It was. Did you remember when First Mayele went to our post to go and check the net? He was checking maybe because he didn't score. He was checking maybe nobody kept something there. That is the mentality in those area. And I don't blame them. That is their God.
Yeah, so Smith, like that's my thing. What is the difference between voodoo and prayer?
See, it's what they believe in. That's why I clarify that one. It's what they believe in. I won't say it's similar, because some people say that all other gods, they are the works of men,
But that's because of your own belief.
Yes.
Some people don't even believe that a God exists. So they'll be looking at you that, please, you're a joker. So for me, I look at it that if you can be during penalty, you can stand there and be praying. Yeah, somebody else too can be doing their voodoo. That's what they believe in. Yes. You believe that as you're praying, somebody up in heaven is going to be grateful for, is going to be gracious to you down on earth. So themselves, they believe that, okay, if they do their voodoo, it's going in their favor.
Yes.
I don't like, I think it is so laughable for the coach to come and tell us that. Because for me, I don't like, you just lost a game. Just take the L and be happy. You are going to move on. But you are going to fight and you say it's because they are doing voodoo. Should they come and fight you because you are kneeling down and praying to God?
It's out of frustration, in my opinion. I think he went slightly over the board with that type of protest. But I see sometimes when you are in that situation, you don't, there could be rush of blood. I realized that the guys were doing it and his players were missing. Sometimes now, if you are frustrated, you will want to act. You want to, because he didn't want to say me a guy. I was not saying the guy had a good penalty, but that guy was doing it. He was their former player, man of the board. Yes, he brought the juju to be doing it. And if you look at the way they even look for a way to fortify them before the Senegal game, but they lost. They fortified them. You can see, if you go and check those videos, they fortified them. But Senegal too came with their own. So I understand Eric Shell. It's like he's powerless. No, he's powerless. He sees somebody is do something and the player is missing. You will be frustrated. If it's you want to go and talk to.
So if I'm praying and they are missing penalty, is it not the same thing?
Are you praying?
I don't see I genuinely don't see. Maybe again, don't get me wrong. I believe in if you believe in God, I think you must also believe in the powers of evil, because even the Bible tells us that there's good and there's evil. But for me, again, if somebody's belief, so are you telling me that if somebody came and was praying to Ifa, that one too, you tell the person that is doing juju to make you miss penalty? When players are praying, are you not praying for the opponent to miss? So you they pray for bad thing now. You say somebody is doing voodoo to make you miss. You are praying for your opponent to miss. You are praying for bad thing. Even me at home, that when I was watching the game, every time that a Congolese player stepped up, I'm saying, God, I beg, God, I beg, God, I beg. I'm praying to God for the player to miss. Somebody say the difference is that voodoo is negative and you're doing bad. There's no, it does prayer too. When you say my enemies die by fire, no be bad thing they pray for.
It's the people from the other part of the world that told us that voodoo is bad. Voodoo is our traditional thing.
So for me, it had nothing to do with anything. I found it embarrassing that the coach came out, because now the whole thing has gone viral. Even Sky Sports have posted it. International media have posted it. I just find it embarrassing. Like, after losing, that's not what you should come and be telling us that they were doing.
Morocco said it to Congo in the 2002 World Cup qualifiers. It's that Congo did juju. But that juju, everything was watered down. When they came for the return leg in Morocco, they peppered them. So what I'm just saying basically is that it's just the heat of the moment. Just cut me slack slightly, honestly. They were, so for example, now you can even say, "Oh, you're shouting on my player." It's just like the heat of the moment for Eric Shell. So I knew that if you look at the manner, there was a time that I had an penalty, and when he went to okay, well, when you ask me about the game, I'll be able to explain some few things.
See, Viral Moment says the ultimate of prayer is not for them to miss. Let us score first. Again, everybody is praying a different prayer. Everybody is wishing different things. You cannot tell me that you are, as a fan, watching that game and you're not praying for the opponents to miss. If they don't miss, you cannot win the shootout now.
Yes, I was praying.
So you have to be praying for them to miss.
But I was praying that Tanzania should miss, and I knew that it's going to miss. It's not good with that taker. See?
So for me, it's not like no matter what anybody says. Look, you can say that voodoo is evil, voodoo is this, voodoo is that. You don't, unless you tell me that you practice voodoo, then your opinion is not really relevant here, because you don't know. Again, you don't know exactly what if that dear Congo guy now, if he tells you that yes, so he was doing voodoo, but he was not praying bad thing, he was praying good for his own team.
Yes, that's it. That's the one thing now. There was a super good player that said he met his Senegalese captain when they went for trial in England. Then when they were doing that trial, the guy had juju all over his body. So, and he now asked him, come on, you're a World Cup winner. Now you dealing with not World Cup winner, sorry. Like World Cup quarterfinalist. So now you dealing with all this juju and say, it's for me to see favor here. And the two of them, they have to choose one to sign. They signed the guy for the nigga.
It's because he played. It's because he played better. It's not because
he said that he told him that it's to see favor, but he had those things. Maybe because he played better, or that you work. that is now debatable. Because
That
the guy that was saying it in question said that the guy don't play anything for their trials.
and
Why they pick him ahead of it?
and at the end of the day, it all comes down to at the end of the day, all these things come down to what you have faith and what you believe in. There are people that like if maybe you apply for a job now that there's 100 candidates for the job and they employ you, you might go and say, thank God, glory be to God. God granted you favor amongst other men. Somebody else will say, God had nothing to do with it. You were just the lucky candidate, or maybe you were just the best candidate. It all comes down to what you believe in. People do all sorts of things. There's a reason why people will wear rosary, because they believe that it does something for them. But other people don't. Like, again, there are a lot of people in this world that have achieved great things that don't believe in God. But there are also a lot of people that have achieved great things and that give all the glory to God. It all comes down to what you believe in.
Okay. Let me now say something now. And now we say it here. He's like, no, was back. Okay, a certain Super Eagle player. So that he believes that part of his fortune in Super Eagle is because that they sham him.
That's his own belief.
That's his own belief. And he said that the first time that he came to Super Eagle, that he saw red cloth in his boot. Red cloth like this on his boot. The first time he was invited, and I don't want to mention the last name, up till now, the guy is struggling. He said, how can he become? And he mentioned that a certain player normally bring pastor to Super Eagle and they be sprinkling water. I don't want to mention that player's name. That player is still not retired in Super Eagle, but it's not end of there. You know the player I'm talking about. It's not end of there. See, one of a player for Super Eagle retired early. He said that was one of the reasons why the guy retired early. See? So it was just trying to say that some people don't believe all this religion and everything. Can we just take it outside football and let's play our game? Because if you are using your own to disturb others, okay, you are bringing part of the sparkling water and playing the same position as you, how will I feel safe? The players now, the beliefs of this podcast, they will know themselves. That person never retire. See, I don't want to talk much. So some of these guys see this as even some people believe, they come to Super Eagle, and that they come to Super Eagle, they could go get injured. So they also have these things too. So AyoT is two sides, you know. But religion, I think that a coach should come out and say that religion, please, if you want to do any shamo, let them be doing it in NFF, not Super Eagles.
So can they also say that Nigeria should not be seen praying on the field?
If you pray, if you pray, if I don't want to say amen, it's fine. You can pray. You can pray because if you look at it now, despite that defeat said, Kavibasi prayed.
Abi?
After defeat said, he will put his hand up, he will pray. At least I finished this game, I didn't have a injury, he will pray. So for me, I just think that some people is their ritual. Some people normally, so just even Gareth Bale normally enter with left foot and jump. I don't know what's right. So some people have these rituals too, but I just think that if it's come openly to tying mysterious things that are dirty around the pitch, now sparkling water and everything, I think we should not stop. We should stop it. Dede Ayew of Ghana, it was caught sparkling water at Comoros, you know, in the AFCON. Comoros popo them that game. So sometimes it might work, it might not work. So you never know.
And that's it, you know, at the end of the day, what is meant to be will be, you know, and you have to live with the results. I honestly, I just found it embarrassing that the coach was coming to
the coach said that,
because just leave it. Even if you want to talk about it, you talk about it later. You talk about it later. You know, again, people that are saying is because the coach, see, again, people are assuming because the coach never said that they splashed the water on him. Because some people are saying that is disturbing the person physically by contact. The coach never said that the person splashed the water on him or on any of the Nigerian people. What he simply said was that the person was spraying something that he thought was water. He did not say it was on anybody. So
And
that's an
I
assumption
see.
that people are making.
Let me give one example before you move on. See, there was a game that we played in Lagos, Nigeria against Senegal. I remember that day. See, it was just like yesterday, Nigeria against Senegal, AFCON 2000. We had won our group. We were playing Senegal, new team then, in the quarterfinals in Lagos. We did, see, Lamine Diatta scored already for Senegal. We did everything. Was it Diatta or, what? No, it wasn't Diatta, it was Kailo Fadiga. He scored already. We did everything to score. We play everything. It didn't happen. I think the chairman of the supporter squad, I don't know what's his position there in Nigeria. He saw something at the back of the Senegalese post. He ran to go and remove it. When he removed it, you said it's belief. When you removed it, my brother, the floodgate of goal opened. Yes, you said it's belief. It might be.
See, it might be belief because, see, again, look at it. Why human beings at the end of the day, if I do something now, let's say I wear a rosary because I believe that it gives me strength and it gives me power. If you now come and cut my rosary, because I believe in that thing, I will believe that some of my strength is gone. You understand? And mentally, it might affect the way I move from there because I'm feeling like I'm naked, I'm feeling like, I don't have what usually gives me strength. It's not necessarily that he did something, is a mental thing.
Yes.
It's the same way if maybe you put something in your post and I'm struggling to score, and then I now remove that thing. If you feel like that thing has been helping you, it might change the way you act because you feel like you don't have the thing that's helping you anymore. Not that it actually does. At the end of the day, see, I'm a Christian. I believe in God. I believe in the powers of good and evil. But again, I don't believe that voodoo has anything to do with anything. Somebody here that is arguing the most is the person that is not living super chat, saying that Eric Shell answered because he was directly asked about it. They asked him, we saw that the tensions were high after the game. What was the issue for that? Are you telling me that he could not simply have said it was just a hit of the moment, I was a little bit upset with somebody from their staff, and he would have left it there? He did not have to come and tell us that they were doing voodoo. Let's be realistic. Let's not talk as if
it's
you
not
cannot.
English speaker too.
This is not about English. You did not have to say anything about voodoo. When you come out and say voodoo, first of all, you have to be smart. The first thing is that you recognize that it immediately, first of all, it sounds like an excuse. That's the first thing. It sounds like an excuse. Second of all, when in 2025, we are talking about they were doing voodoo after a match. Let it go. Later, you can talk about it when you are giving a recap of. So you can say, that's when we played against the Congo. One of their guys was doing voodoo, and just tell it as a story about your experience. But when immediately after a match, they see you fighting, and then after the game, that's what you see. When they were doing it during the penalty shootout, why didn't he fight then? Why is he after he lost that he went to go and fight?
And just a quick one. And Congo now, they are partying currently in Naija. There's a big celebration and their stadium currently going on now. But these guys seem to play the another playoff now. Why are they partying?
Because at least they are one step closer, and you enjoy. No, I believe in living in the moment. As a team, if it's like you win a match, if you 38 game season, if you win the first match, does that mean that you cannot celebrate? No, you celebrate that win, but there's still many other games to go. Speaking of partying, Milai, did you see our executives? They rush. Well, they were having the time of their lives before the game. Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw the video.
Okay, so because somebody's, I'm asking you because Charles here is asking. He said, "What do you think of your esteemed NFF board members singing in a rush in the club instead of our football? What do you think about that?"
See, AyoT, if we want to talk about NFF, other Ibrahim Gusso and the people and the soldiers, we would not leave this place. AyoT, it's a big shame. You have a crucial World Cup qualifier, coming up, and you can. So if you are doing that one, what would all you think the players should do? See, AyoT, and the problem is that we're in a country that there's no indication, there's nothing for bad behavior. There's no punishment for bad behavior. We keep on doing this and do it. When I saw that, it's just like trying to watch that dirty linen outside. in my own opinion. So it's just like making the mockery of themselves, honestly. I felt sad for that. And, it's just to validate that Ibrahim Guzo is not really capable of doing all these things. That's actually what the bot is extremely what a failure. And, for me, see, I think it's just to validate what I have known already before. When Nigeria failed to qualify for the World Cup in Abuja, they were partying now because they know that Amaju Pinnick is not going for the time. They were partying. So what do you expect? See, if you are here, if you are here, I don't say don't be passionate about Super Ego. This is your country, but don't stress yourself too much. Don't go and give yourself any sickness because of these super egos. Because it's controlled by people that are not responsible. So what do you want to stress yourself about? Watch football, enjoy it. We win, we win. We don't win, we don't win. The guys that are there, they're not football fans. When you see that, okay, there's commitment from the players, commitment from the manager, commitment from the administrators, that's when you can put your emotion there. But you also want to risk your head based on this guy, I don't care. Forget about it. Just watch it as a normal thing. Though it affects you 1 or 2 days, you forget it.
See, let me back to the people are going back to this juju thing. So viral moment is last, this life is spiritual, guys. Finish. Faith without works is dead. Shankumanko says Adebayo accused his family of practicing juju on him. See, again, I will say this. Somebody said AyoT is missing the point. The voodoo practice disturbs other persons physically by contact. See, again, I don't care what anybody is saying. Whether you think I'm missing the point or not is your own issue.
Okay, so AyoT, sorry, you think there's no juju?
I'm not saying there is no juju. Again, that's what I'm saying. I believe in God, so I believe in other bad spiritual powers. I believe in it. But what I'm saying is it has no impact on the football field. Or if it does, it has the same impact that God has. God is not going to come and win you a football match. Voodoo is not going to win you a penalty shootout.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. I think it is pointless to mention it after the game. It's pointless.
I want to say something. You said voodoo can work. Just to ask you a few questions. Voodoo can work. Do you think that voodoo can there's something called money ritual?
There is money ritual.
Okay. Do you think that some people can talk to somebody and their tongue could come out like this? What was I? You're laughing. Do you believe that?
See, we're going into
the tongue will forcibly come to one side.
See, we're going into all sorts.
So I'm just trying to say, well, if you can believe that, that means that you can say that your leg you turn to the right if you want to play that.
Look, it's not that.
Yes.
It's not that simple.
Yes.
It's not that simple. It's not see, because if truly DR Congo could do this voodoo to win the penalty start, why didn't they do the voodoo in the 90 minutes to win the game? Why didn't they do the voodoo in extra time?
Who told you?
Why didn't they do? That's what I'm saying. So why, if it did not work during the match, why did it work during the penalty shootout? Like, see, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's just like prayer. If you pray to God, you win the match. You will believe that God is who helped you to win it. And if you pray and you lose, will you now say that your prayer did not work? Like, it's just like it's the same thing. They do the voodoo, hoping that it will help them. People have done voodoo and lost. When we played against Cameroon, the Cameroon not accused Chamaka of doing juju.
Yes.
So that's what I'm saying. It's just a matter of beliefs. Juju is not going to win you. If it's by juju, and Africa has not yet won a World Cup. If it's by juju, we don't have strong juju men in Benin, in all these cities. There's no Baba that can help us to qualify for World Cup if it's by juju.
Okay.
So it's all these things. I mean, I don't care what anybody says. There's more to it that meets the eye. This one so that one down. Again, please, this script forge. You're annoying me. I'll block you from this chat. The coach never said that they threw water at them. That is you making that up. The coach never said they threw water at them. The coach said the guy was spraying water. He did not tell us on him or on his players. It was spraying water, simple as that. So when you start saying it was because they were throwing water at them to disturb them, now that is you making a random assumption.
No,
and I don't know why you keep on harping on that. The coach never said that. You are making a random assumption. Obviously, and again, the reason why I believe that that's not the case is because, let's be realistic. If they threw water on the players during the shootout or on the staff, on the Nigerian staff, it won't be after the match that they will complain. If I'm playing on the game and you spray water on me, I will complain immediately. He did not say that on ESPN. He never said that on ESPN. He said they were spraying water. He didn't say they were spraying water on him. So that's I don't know where you heard that. I even played the video. I don't know. I played the video on this live. If you want me to play it again, I'll play it again. The coach never said that. In fact, let me play it so that we know exactly what the coach said.
Eric, coming towards the end of the game, I could see that you were a bit frustrated with maybe some of the DR Congo staff members. Could you give us an update on what happened there?
During all the penalty session, a guy of Congo did some voodoo. Every time. So this is why I was a little nervous after him.
Yeah. What did you see?
Yeah, something like that. With the I don't know if it's a water or something like that. So I don't.
Quel est votre message au
So in that video, where did he say that they were throwing water on them? He never said that. There was no throwing water on them. The guy said he was doing something like this with water during the penalty shootout.
Okay, you know what?
There is no extended version. That's the video that ESPN dropped. I beg. Nobody.
I will advise the NFF to be bringing sacrifice to the pitch when we're playing Uyo. So bring sacrifice to the pitch when we're playing Uyo. So for me, AyoT, I just think that it's based on experience. I don't want us to linger on this. I've played a local game before that they have been used. But I can only make the allegation, so I can say somebody's spinning at this too. It might not be. It might just be God. It might be the other one. Maybe okay. Maybe somebody, your former NFL president, was spraying anointing oil. Okay, they should go and accuse him too. As he's using juju, it was spraying anointing oil. Your former, I don't want to mention him. For you say former, I cannot come and sue me. So former can be from this thing. It was spray anointing oil. Trying to cast and bind.
See, again, does juju exist? This is where I'll leave it. See, does juju exist? Yes. Is juju going to win you a football match? No. That's the simple thing. The Super Eagles lost that game because they were the poorer side. They took the poorer penalties. Smith Layi, because you joined after I did all the talk about the game, I'll ask you this. Have you been able to go back and relive the game and look at the game again and see where things went wrong for us?
Yes. I posted it. And I know people raise this and say, Smith Layi, don't talk on these players. I've looked at it. Some people here, I've looked at it. I had time, but you know what? I don't want to watch penalty shootouts again. That's where we lost. I normally skip it. Up to now, when we lost against Italy, 94, when we're leading, I watch it to when they scored us, then I will leave it. So for me, I watched the game again.
So what did you think? How do you feel about it?
For me, Eric got it wrong. Got it right in the first half. He got it right in the first half. I don't know the reason why people are so emotional to blame the coach. I will not come here and just come and throw the coach under the bus here. For me, I think he got it right. One, he cannot play 4-4-2 against Congo. It's not possible. Even with the 4-3-3 we played, they overpowered Onyeka, Ndidi, and Iwobi in that midfield. So he played the 4-2-3-1. Okay, guys, it will be Uchukwueze and Lukman. Can you help Ndidi and Onyeka in the midfield? It worked. We were pressing high, in the first half. We were pressing high. We were winning early. But the moment that changed the game was when it was 2v1. I don't know if you had the picture. It was 2v1. Lukman and Osimhen against Tuanzebe. Lukman had the chance to drive at Tuanzebe dribble him out and slot. He had the chance to square to Victor Osimhen, but he went for the worst option. He went to the bad line like with Simon and looked for Chukwueze Ndidi. And for me, I said it here, this is not a team. If at this stage, Ndidi and Chukwueze playing together, you cannot say somebody should leave the ball for you. You two want to score. And I'm going to say this thing here. It might be a conspiracy theory. Ndidi want to score. Well, because Onyeka has scored, you want to score. It's not all about you. It's about the team. Chukwueze had his legs set up. You were running from, I don't know where he was running from, to go and confuse the guy. That was the moment, my brother, 2-0 up. You know that after that time, they scored, they equalized. 2-0 up, it'll be very hard for them to equalize. I'm pretty sure that Eric Shah will change the 3-back system before second half. We're going to grind out the results.
You know, Smith Layi, I can't lie. I disagree with you on that one. I thought that was Ndidi's ball. Ndidi started the play. Ndidi moved the ball forward and gave it to Lookman. Naturally, football is give and go. You give, you go. Now Ndidi is running towards the goal. Chukwueze happens to also be in that space. I think Ndidi had the momentum. Lookman found him. I personally thought that was Ndidi's ball. Now, did Chukwueze feel like he was better served to take the shot? Probably. But you can't say Ndidi should not be there because Ndidi was running into that space.
The issue basically is leave and go.
But that's why you have to communicate.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. And he's the leader of the team.
No, but it's Chukwueze that has to communicate with him.
No, the issue is this. If he talks, say, there was no communication there, somebody have to initiate that line of communication.
No, but it's because you said, oh, Ndidi wants to score. I don't think it was a thing of he wants to score.
For there was no communication there, that means that he had that attempt to add that in his head. If you remember, Nigeria against the Republic in Uyo, not the one 1-3 under Iguavon. There was a ball that Olaino crossed. Semanga wanted to score. Osimhen said, "File."
Communication.
File. More free. File. So what is wrong if they cannot even speak Pidgin? They are both from the southeast. Leave her.
No, but see, sorry, like somebody here, James, you're saying a completely different thing. I'm not saying anything about passing to Osimhen or not. In fact, if you watch my post-match show, I said I even wanted Lookman to take it on by himself because I know that Lookman on another day, when Lookman is in form, he's not passing that ball, he's finishing it and he's killing the goalkeeper. We've criticized Simon for giving away things like that in the past. I remember there was the game that Simon had the ball in his space and he said, why did Simon? Yeah. So me, I expected Lookman to take it directly. But I'm saying that at the point where Lookman has made the decision to cut it back, we cannot criticize Ndidi for being there. Somebody said Ndidi is not a finisher. He doesn't have to be a finisher. He has passed the ball. He's running into that space. If Ndidi stopped running and Lookman cut it back and no one was there, we will criticize him for not continuing his run.
And you know, the funny thing is this, AyoT, that type of position, it has been there before against Zimbabwe. He shot for in first one play.
I agree, but every moment is different in a game of football. Yes. When that for me, what I'm just debating is that there is absolutely nothing wrong with Ndidi going for that ball because it is natural. Even me, I'm a center back when I play ball. But if I pass the ball forward and I continue my run,
and you center back
if you cut the ball back to me, I'm going to shoot. Like, what else am I supposed to do? I'm going to shoot. Unless if, like you said, the communication part, unless if my striker tells me, oh, leave it. Then I will leave it. And the other person can shoot. But if I run, I pass, and you cut it back to me, of course I'm going to shoot. I'm a footballer at the end of the day. Like, no matter how bad Ndidi is at shooting, he's still a footballer, and he's going to back himself to try and score. Onyeka was a finisher, but Onyeka scored.
Yes, but I'm not saying that that line of communication. See, it just opened that this guy doesn't communicate. The ball, I don't know, maybe it was Wabalio. that same ball too. Man, no. When we were playing grassroots football in Nigeria, that was our language. Man, no.
Yeah.
Check your shoulder. He stopped the ball in front of his goal. Why can't Robert Little tell him, say, man, no? If it's Benjamin Fredericks, he go clear him to corner kick. He went to stop the ball there. What is he doing? Like, see, when I look at all these World Cup qualifier campaign, I can pick scapegoats, but I just don't want to blame players. Some players just purposely take us out of this World Cup.
Purpose.
I'm going to just take that purposely back. Let me do that purposely back. Some players took us out of this World Cup. Because just somebody, hey, man on. The guy was running. Man on, no. Clear the ball. You stopped the ball. For what? That Osimhen won. I will not lie to you. Osimhen was tearing away. You know Osimhen now? Just square that ball. Osimhen the lambasta inside the net. Just square the ball. Like Osimhen already, he knows how to create space to himself for himself. He couldn't creating the space. Just square the ball. That was why he was upset. Guy, what is going on? If it's here, if it's Moses Simon, with the way I don't like Simon Rich, I know Chris. I know people I don't like him. I like him a lot. Moses Simon will score that ball.
Well, Smith Layi, so what I've been doing now, as you were talking about,
Can you see?
See, I don't know. Let me see. I don't know.
That miskick from Ndidi. That's what affected Chukwueze.
Yes, but again, this is wait. Let me see if is there a way I can zoom this thing in properly.
The game started, like from where the move started. You need to get to that stage.
See, this is the video because I can't post the official FIFA video.
Yes.
So this is a fan recorded video that I'm trying to share.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, I look at it that see. So okay, you're saying Osimhen is in the box right now. Mm-hmm. Yes, we can see Osimhen.
Even before he got to this place,
he had more space and more time.
Yes.
But now Lookman has decided to run with the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Osimhen is making a square run into the box. At this point, I think the better pass is the cutback. At this point,
yes,
we see Ndidi. Ndidi is running, is continuing his run into the box. Chukwueze is also running into the box. The ball comes in. Both of them are pointing their hands, looking for it. Yeah. Now the ball is cut back. I agree. Chukwueze is in a better position. Chukwueze is the better finisher. I agree 100%. But look, the only thing I can explain here is that Chukwueze did not communicate with Ndidi. And that's why I'm saying I cannot fault Ndidi for going towards the ball because Ndidi probably did not see Chukwueze. He has his eyes set at goal. He's running towards it. And I mean, he lagoed it. There's nothing that we can say. He lagoed it. At the end of the day, he lagoed it. But for me, I don't blame him for going for it because it is just you pass the ball, you are running, you are going forward. And he lagoed the ball. But for me, Chukwueze in that moment has to tell him, leave him or leave it or my ball, something like that. Because it all happens now. Like if two people are going towards the ball, and we see this even at club level, we see this even with big players. Somebody does not communicate with the other person, they run into each other, they start complaining. So it was just a lack of communication on their part. And after Ndidi is looking, Chukwueze is pointing, like was my ball. But if you don't tell him, then there's no way we'll know. Unless Chukwueze comes and tells us that he actually shouted for him and he still tried to kick it, then that's when I would agree. But I'm just saying, now did he waste it? Yes, he wasted it. But if Chukwueze did not tell him to leave it, I cannot blame him for taking it on. Do you get what I'm saying? Like I can't blame him for taking it on unless Chukwueze told him to leave it and he just decided not to leave it. That's what I'm saying.
Sorry, small guy. Just to see how pro player is positioned to shoot. You know, some players have taken us back in this national team.
Okay. Let me see. I think I have some comments that I have to take. Okay. We'll get into the penalty shootout shortly. Viral Moment is saying, who can tell me why Iwobi didn't drop deep in the middle during the second half? Like why? So he's saying in that second half, I think Iwobi was tired, man. Iwobi was
tired. Iwobi don't want to use any more that pressure again. So that in fact,
you're not gonna say okay.
Let him just wear his glasses and be going. You know that nobody will take penalty.
Viral Moment says, let us be honest, it was Osimhen or Chukweze's ball. Lookman was afraid of crossing early. Let me not explain. Go and watch Vert's assist this night for Germany. I beg, leave Florian Vert, I beg.
Go assist for Liverpool.
Viral says, it doesn't communicate properly. That's why we considered against Leicester. I mean, nah. This one, yeah, I think you are reaching. There is not like... He said it doesn't communicate properly. That's why we consider against Leicester.
No.
He was not the one that was supposed to communicate in this instance.
There's some players in this World Cup qualifier series that, if you want to talk about communication, they didn't do well. And they did not communicate with Ekong against Zimbabwe. Uzo was our goalkeeper in the first 2 games. So we also had these issues spread around, you know. But the issue is this: it is not really a leader. A leader needs to communicate.
Okay. Somebody makes a good point here. Olubenga says this is exactly what Moses Simon was going to do to Akko against Gabon, and that's true because when they gave that ball and Akko got it, if you remember, Moses Simon was coming in his way.
Yes.
Now, I don't know who communicated, or maybe Akko just finished it on time.
Akko finished it.
It was the same thing. They were going to collide with each other.
Now, why when Akko dribble, what is your business there? He dribbled to his left foot, you want to shoot. You are his teammate. He scored with his left foot against Lesotho. The same thing he did. Turn it to his left foot, shoot, and you are coming because you want glory. What is wrong with these people? That's why I say that this team, selfish people plenty. Now you go tell them, say, you don't expect me to make a score too. Nah, only me too. That is what they will. He does not score for Nigeria before in his life.
Yeah, it did not be goal scorer now.
But today is not good, but let's just complain about that.
Sports Grinder says, I greet the house, I beg. I'm still ruining that loss. Couldn't focus at work today. Shout out to everyone that focused at work today.
I didn't focus. Let's go.
Thank you for the super chat comment, Sports Grinder. I appreciate it. Okay. Somebody said AyoT, it's not every day your audience will be leaving super chats now. It's every day. If we're coming here, we've done almost 1.5 hours now. We're coming live to talk. You guys will support us too now. You think it's easy to do research, to prepare, to come and talk?
It's not easy now.
Come and
to
talk.
watch the game. Do you think it's to take 2 hours out of my time? Do you think it's easy?
See, it's not. You know, it's not interesting now. This is a little bit segue, but I always say, like, you know, again, even I did not know what went into content creation until I started creating content. You know, and I tried to turn this into a whole business. Like, thankfully now we're doing quite well. I do a lot of. If you guys, a lot of people know this, that I do a lot of behind the scenes work as well and background work with footballers and things like that. And it's not easy at all. It's not easy at all. Who work must chop? If you don't leave super chat when my rent is due, what will I tell my landlord? Who work must chop? So please, guys, I beg. Now every day if you leave super chat. See, but at the same time, look at it. If you don't want it to be every day, like now, for example, if somebody gives $1,000 super chat now, it can cover up next day. You don't have to give super chat again. You know, if you give $1,000 today, you don't have to give tomorrow. But look, again, I appreciate everybody, but if now 1,400 naira, 500 naira, it's a build now. The whole super chat that we've gotten today, it never enter $100. So it's every day I beg, it's every day. I beg. Somebody said 2 roommates, Simon and Indy. Please leave them.
We need to move on from players like that, honestly. But unfortunately, we don't. We don't
Viral
have.
moment, I'm reading all your messages. Though. It's just that you're hacking the system because now for 400 naira super chat they give you.
It's
Yeah,
not the one. I was not the one that.
yeah, 400 naira, like 25-30 cents. but, but
Who should bring his body out?
yeah.
Who should?
Viral moment says when I want discuss Tolu, make una call me. Smilai, are you ready to discuss Tolu?
Yes, and I'm going to say it here. If you like, go and text me again. See, the issue is this. I said it before. What I will not support is people trying to print a caricature image of him on social media as he's carrying a Gucci handbag and wearing as he's carrying a Gucci handbag and wearing high heel. That is what I would not support. And having pink lips. That is what I would not support. I'm putting makeup on. That is what I would not support. Is it okay? Because mental health is very important, and I think that we have to look at ourselves very well. But as a footballer, AyoT, I said it here, not once, not twice, not even thrice, that when this boy wants to head, because when this boy wants to head, he will end with the middle of his head. That is not how.
Defensive header.
Yes, that is not how a striker heads. Why can't you look for Aquadams? Aquadams shouted this time around. See, leave it. I was saying this is the moment. Because Aquadams was running at the blind side of the defender. Because Masuaku is the one that wanted to ruin Congo that day. So, no.
People on social media are wicked. People on social media.
This is not good. Sometimes I might give Omari his flowers. He said that Tolu should go and be a defender. Because he's having defensive headers, this is I will come for you now again. But I know that this guy already have unfinished business with you. But to be sincere, AyoT, if we are really serious with the national team, you said this several times, but people think that maybe you have a particular agenda against this boy. When is the Bayern Munich is linked to him? It's the work of his agent, and he's doing that type of thing. See, it's not national team material.
But this is the same Tolu that people were praising. They were praising him when he scored the goal against Russia. Now they say it was pressing, and that's why he scored that. Other people did not score a goal in 12 games.
Because sometimes if elder brother fail, if the elder brother score 20% and the one can score 40%, second born, say he try pass the elder brother now. It's because the first striker we brought from Germany wasn't doing well in national team. He wasn't having those numbers in national team. Now we told you there, say, at least we have somebody that is scoring goals. So it's not as if Osimhen is like the how do I put it? The control, they compare him to Boniface, not to Victor Osimhen. What did he score? He scored on the touchline against Rwanda. And he scored a loose ball against Russia.
But when I feel like, you see, this is what I don't like. Because that time, when I was saying this thing, people were disagreeing with me. They were saying, AyoT, it's because you like Boniface. You're not giving him credit for the goal that he scored. I was saying it that the goal was not just them pass ball giving you finish. I mean, good finish. But I was saying it then. People said, it's because you don't like him. It's because this is because that. I say I've watched this boy play. Nobody has hyped this boy for years the way I've been promoting him since he was in Latvia. They did not believe me. And that's one thing that I like about look, I'm almost never wrong. Sometimes I'm just early. When I say something, sometimes people think, AyoT, what are you talking about? And you just don't like this player. But again, just give it some time.
Yeah.
You will see what I'm talking about. Because I was saying it, I'm not insulting the boy. I'm not saying he's a terrible player, but I was saying it then that there's nothing special that he has done. There's nothing special about him. People said I'm a hater, I'm this, I'm that. They even energized him to come and be talking in my comment. And then now everybody is saying the same thing, and they're even saying it harsher than I was saying it. Because me, I was never even saying it was bad like that, you know. But I don't know the day. It is what it is. Uche, thank you for the super chat. Uche says, "Can you remember that Arokodare glorious pass that he squandered against South Africa?"
See, another thing I want to say basically is that about this ball is that it's because the level of the national team. IoT, I don't know, maybe you can tell me here. When was the last time you brought in a player and you took the player off national team? Nigerian national team.
When so say that again.
You brought a player in as a substitute
And you subbed him off.
You told him off again. I think the last time I could remember, I stand to be corrected though. I think it was if it's not injury, it was Mubi Okparaku, 1998, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe I'm not mistaken. I think it was Mubi Okparaku in the days. It's even embarrassment.
And they subbed him off when we're about to play penalty. No,
yes.
But that's the part where okay, Smith. So now let me take some comments, but we'll get into that. So Olugbenga says, how can you have such a height and not be good in the air? God bless Victor Agali, who scored about 4 or 5 goals with his head in the 2002 World Cup qualifying.
Okay, that's was brought up. Yes.
Okay. Somebody says the day AyoT and Tolu enter the same flight, they must replicate VDM versus Mr. Jollof.
Who go buy two?
What is it?
Who go buy two then? When is the video?
If any player wants to, because you know me, like no matter what I say about any player, if I see you in public, I will show you respect. Because I'm just doing my job. If I see you in public, I will show you respect. If you don't want to greet me, you don't have to greet me. Like it's not by force now. If you don't want to answer me, you don't have to answer me. But if you want to like shout or you want to like step up and you want to make a scene, I'll allow you. Because at the end of the day, people will record, people will listen, you'll just go viral for no reason. So for me, like I'm honestly not bothered. Like the reality of it is that again, I'm very intentional about what I say and when I say things. I'm not going to call anybody out their name. I'm not going to insult anybody. I give my opinion, my football opinion. You don't have to agree with me. And at the end of the day, it is what it is. Hybrid, I'm going to highlight your comments, even though you know the super chats, because Hybrid said it makes sense why Tolu removed you from his Instagram. Say as they make under the belt comment about him. Not cool. Look, we're joking around. We're not the ones that edited the picture. We're not the ones that edited the picture. We highlighted it on the screen. And it's football banter. At the end of the day, it happens. People they banter Ronaldo all the time. They banter Lamine Yamal when he plays bad. They banter Messi. They banter Vinicius. They banter people all the time. And it happened to touch one of our players. And I mean, we're laughing about it. I've not said any bad word against. Somebody said AyoT looks like a Jabota. I'm not sure he can fight. I'm not fighting him. Yeah, you think I'll
right.
No, but it's not even that. I'm not fighting anybody in public. God forbid. If I'm going to fight you in public, then there has to be money that I'm going to receive if I win the fight. I'm not there's really no reason for me to. I'm not that old, but I'm old enough to not be fighting unnecessary fights. I'm not fighting anybody in public.
Not like Agbayas.
I'm not fighting anybody in public. And at the end of the day, if at all I have to defend myself, I defend myself with the full force of the law. If I have legal people that I can call if I need legal assistance.
So if for example,
I have resources if I need resources. I'm not fighting anybody in public.
If Chibuke call you out now, can you fight Chibuke?
Who be Chibuke?
Yeah, is it Mobike? I don't know.
Oh, Mobike.
Yes.
Yes, I don't know. When you say fight, if it's a war of words, if we're exchanging words, if it's like on social media, depending on what the issue is, I might respond once or twice. But I'm not I'm not going to come and start calling you a bastard. Yeah, that's not me now. That's just not me. Even people that know me in my personal life, that's not me. AyoT is not doing all of that with anybody. So it's just any player that say Tolu go beat you because it's 6'4". Like leave down.
Forget those things. We'll be forming British. I beg you. We don't want to watch a daily life of somebody. We want to watch you play as Nigeria. That is it.
And even as a professional footballer, it's even he has way more to lose by going to fight somebody on this thing now.
But maybe he was coming to come and fight your comment section. That shows how petty he is.
That's the most that anybody, like, you can fight him. I mean, I don't even mind it. Fight me in my comment section. Give me the engagement. I'll reply you. You know, we'll banter each other back and forth. Again, that's why I respect certain players, because again, you know, I know some of the things that some players have said about me behind, like, you know, they talk to each other now in the camp, you know, all these kind of things. And I know there's one player that somebody was telling him, like, homo,
Male or female?
male player, you know, and somebody was telling him, like, that Eagle striker guy, homo, the kind of thing where they talk about you. And the player said, homo, guy, I know that guy personally, he's just doing his job. This is a player, like, if I give hints, people will know the player I'm talking about. This is a player that we've criticized on the show, everything. And they were telling him, guy, you know, you're waiting to guy. He said, guy, he's just doing his job, man. Even myself no say I no play well for that match. He's just doing his job. And that's it. You don't have to say, I always say, like, you don't have to like what somebody says about you. Even if you want to be offended, you're a human being. If somebody comes and says, AyoT is so terrible at this social media thing, I'm not going to see it and be happy now. But at the end of the day, is your opinion. Unless if you come and start calling me out of my name, or you start calling my family, or you start saying, then that's when it's turned into a whole different thing. Like, that's when it's turned into a whole different thing. Somebody says, so if I slap you, you will not fight. First of all, for you to slap me, you have to be in the same room as I am in. And I want to
slap somebody in Abuja now. How did he slap it?
See, that one was a very peculiar. That one was a very peculiar situation. That was
he's still boasting.
That was a very peculiar situation. You know, but things like that. I mean, I always say, like, at the end of the day, see, I'm a person that I will use my resources. See, again,
don't boast. Don't talk too much.
I don't pray for it to ever happen, you know. But if it ever comes to something like that, like, you know, unless it's maybe Victor Osimhen, or maybe, you know, if we are not like one of the superstars, you will spend like at least 2 nights in prison. Like, unless you're like Osimhen or the superstar, where I know say your money long past any resource where I get. You know? Unless you're one of those guys. Like, you know, so at the end of the day, like, again, but I maintain respect when I talk about these people, you know. Let's move on. Let's just run into I maintain respect when I talk about players. You know, I'm not.
It's good. And the issue is that and I'm supposed to say to players now. Players too, if some people are saying this thing to you, don't take it too far. So, for example, now, for somebody, a player that because they criticize you, they ask that person to kneel down, they slap the person in Abuja. So he said, don't need to go to that step. For me, I just think that it can only happen in Nigeria that they can use police or people to assure to run after you. Guys, learn how to take criticism. That's it.
Well, Highbury, please do me a favor, record that segment and send it to Tolu.
Yes.
Send it to him. Let him come and reply me.
Let
him come and reply me. But yes, okay. Moving forward, let's get to Paul. Paul, leave super chat so that we'll speed it up. Leave super chat. Support the channel. If you are going to tell us to move on, support the channel at least. Let's know why you're telling us to move on. But Smith Layi, penalty shootout.
Yeah.
Again, penalty is a 50-50 game. You can say it like that, but at the end of the day, you have to strike good penalties. Calvin Bassey goes first and misses. Shemi Ajayi goes last and misses. In between, we had Bruno, Ako, Chidera, and Simon. Do you think that the Super Eagles had a good penalty strategy going into that shootout?
No. And if you look at the 11-2 that ended the game 2, you cannot bank your 20 cents on one of them to convert. Maybe the person who can bet to convert is Ako Adams, because you saw Ako Adams play for when he was in Norway and also play for Montpellier also, you know. See, the issue is that the worst penalty is Kevin Bassey's penalty and Moise Simon's penalty. Moise Simon's penalty used to be designated penalty taker under Jose Pasiero. If you remember, during their form qualifier, it took the penalty that won us that game against Guinea-Bissau. So, in my opinion, it was a very poor penalty. And the person I was thinking is going to take a very poor penalty took on the best penalty. That was the boy from left back,
Bruno
Image. Yes, that was a very good penalty. The issue is this: not online, no. This guy, the guy, Semia Jai, already looking at where he want to pass. He was just waiting for him to blow. It was in fact, if you check him, he went to even wheel on his body. He was saying, want to play. So what is it? See, it was so obvious where he wanted to play. This guy has been playing for Nigeria. He's 19. 30 years old man. 30 years old man. No. We lack. I don't know. Maybe the occasion seems too big for them. For me, I think we had poor penalties. But shout out to Educate's penalty and Akko. The three guys that scored did well. I was just saying, Kevin Bassey, please just keep on the ground. He went to cross the ball. Similar to Alozier's penalty.
against England.
So for me, we had a very good penalty. But see, if you save 2 penalty AyoT, that should be good enough to take your team over the line.
It should be.
And what about the 2? Good penalty he saved, but that guy, Festo Mayele, I watched the guy play in Africa very well. That's how he takes his penalty. He fakes one side and he scores on the other. That's how he fakes. That's how he takes his penalty. I don't know why he fell for that.
For me, I look at it that the only things I see, again, if you want the penalty shootout, maybe we'll not be talking about this. But I also just feel like penalty strategy can be crucial. Some things that I think are very basic. You want a strong taker going first. You want a strong taker going fourth and a strong taker going fifth. First, because the person that takes first sets the tone for the entire shootout. Fourth, because sometimes the fourth penalty might be the crucial penalty to either win or lose the game. And then fifth, because it's also the last, probably the most important penalty.
But before, it used to be third.
What do you say?
It used to be third penalty that's very crucial. That's why the one was the one you miss.
But for me, I look at it that if you score your first, even if you miss the second and the third, you still have a chance. But if you miss your first, it just throws everybody off. This one, God even saved us. See, now I'm calling God. That's the same way somebody called voodoo. But we missed our own first one. Bali saved the first one. So it actually even balanced things out. What I just did not agree with was Shemi Ajayi now stepping up. Simon is a good penalty taker normally. Simon just played a bad penalty that day. But what I just disagreed with was Shemi Ajayi stepping up as the first penalty in sudden death. Smith Layi, maybe you tell me when you've seen Shemi Ajayi shoot. From anywhere. When has he shot? If no be header.
And
Shemi Ajayi does not strike the ball. It's not even like sometimes maybe they will say, okay, if you can pass, you can take penalty because you can just pass it into the corner or something like that. If even pass, Shemi Ajayi is not a passer. So there is nothing. Bruno, I was not shocked by Bruno's penalty because fullbacks usually know how to take penalties because they are used to whipping the ball across. So they will usually just play it into the side netting. The only thing with left-footed fullback is that 90% of the time, you know where they are going to take it to. 90% of the time. When it's left-footed fullback, a left-footed attacker, they can usually change it because they are used to playing it in all the different angles. But left-footed fullbacks, most of the time, they just play it across. But if they play it strong and hard enough, it will be too fast for the goalkeeper to save and it will hit the side netting. So Bruno, I wasn't surprised about. Again, I love Wilfred Ndidi. I like Frank Onyeka. But for me, between the two of them, it is embarrassing that they did not step up to take a penalty.
Yeah.
Between the two of them, it is embarrassing.
Senior
The
players.
captain, Onyeka as one of the senior players. So if Ajayi scored, what next would have been Frederick?
Yes.
They would
If
have
you go
called
to Wamani
Frederick.
before he will not come out. That's what it's not a leader. He's not a leader. He's not a leader.
For me, that's the one that shocked me. That Ndidi
He's
and
not a
Onyeka,
leader.
they didn't step up. And for me, again, Eric Shell, there's enough blame to go around. Eric Shell, you sub off your striker in Tolu. I don't care how bad Tolu was playing. The game was almost over. The game was almost over. You might have well have just kept him on the field to take a penalty. Tolu is a striker, he can strike a ball. Okay, you now subbed him off and brought on a defender. You did not bring on your best penalty taker that is also a defender. Is Ekong so bad that in the last 5 minutes he would have scattered the whole match? Is it that bad that he would have scattered the whole match if you brought Ekong instead of Awasiem?
No. I think you have to take Fredericks out for Awasiem. So yes, he got injured. You remember?
Yeah, I
so
remember.
You have to take him out. But I think it just based on what I think, don't dress up, Let's just maybe just to pass it to penalties and think,
See, but when you change the sub, you would have changed because sometimes we see it now. A player might step up to go to the sidelines to come on, and maybe the team scores a goal or something happens, and then the coach will say, sorry, hold on, we're not making that change anymore. So he could have changed it.
Yeah, sometimes now, if you look at the form that Ekunga was beat to, that 5 minutes, if it's Congo, and just say the coach brought him to one Congo, then you finish the coach finally.
Because at the end of the day, as a coach, you have to make decisions on the fly. You're constantly making decisions. The reality of it is that some decisions you make might work, some decisions you make might not work. But at the end of the day, you're the one that is responsible for the decisions that you make. And unfortunately, that was a decision that went against us. And on another day, maybe it could have worked. But obviously, hindsight is 2020. We're analyzing all of this after the fact. So we're in a position to say, it didn't work, or why didn't you do this? Why didn't you do that? I understand. I told Paul to send a super chat and he did, but thank you. Thank you very much, Paul. Thank you.
Let me just say something before on Enrique to out of the game. What I blame Enrique on was that when he brought in Aquadams for Victor Osimhen, he'd have changed the shape of the team to a 3-5-2 formation. Because with due respect to the guys that we have, we cannot play that formation if Victor Osimhen is not playing. Aquadams is not Victor Osimhen. We cannot play that formation. It has to be 3-5-2 formation. I just think so. 3-5-2 formation with wing backs. That 5 in the midfield, we can choke life out of their Congo midfield. It's okay. Then, if we now have opportunity going forward, we can score. It's okay. Maybe probably one of so just to make us more stable. But that second half was horrible.
Okay, another comment here from Sports Grinder. He says we need to move away from just big club players. Look at DRC. Sipenga plays for Castellon. Umbuku plays for Montpellier. A club Orakpo is their main star. Mutosami plays for Atromitos. First of all, just to correct, Orakpo is not their main star in Montpellier. It's not even close. Savenier is doing better. Julian Laporte is doing better. Even this Umbuku is doing better than Orakpo this season. So Orakpo is not their best player or their star player in Montpellier. But also, DRC don't have the wealth of talents like we have. Trust me, if DRC had players playing in Galatasaray, in Atalanta, in Fulham, they will be calling those players too. So I understand what you're trying to say. It's not just about the club that the player plays in, it's whether or not the player can actually deliver for us. I agree with that 100%. But typically, the best players play in the bigger clubs. Typically, there might be outliers here and there that are able to perform even though they are playing at a lower level. But yeah, the best players typically play in the bigger clubs. So if you say we'll move away from just big club players, they cannot just go and call somebody that plays in a smaller team just because let's try him. It doesn't have to be a big club. The person has to be balling there. The person has to be balling there. Viral Moment says Bruno's crossing is better than Sanusi's. Like, do you agree with that?
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Once Sanusi crossed one ball, you remember the ball that he crossed one ball like this. I was like, what is this? Ah, in fact, if I had not brought on Sanusi, brought on Bruno, who go put it on penalty? See that Sanusi go take him.
Mm.
Imagine we don't have smart players like that. I won't lie to you. I just wait for this current Eagles who to retire, and that's it.
Mm. Victor Cobham says it is all about heart, and Congo had it more. All about it. Okay. DR Congo definitely wanted to win that game. They wanted to win that game, and they played like they really wanted to win the
Mhm.
game. Monsho Gungbade says we need Akin Somiro, Anthony Dennis, Gibson Ya with Dele Bashir to show up our midfield. NFF needs to support Shell with scouting for more talents. Murphy and Onuachu can be a temporary fix. If Anthony Dennis was there, Anthony Dennis did not play. If Alassane did not play, if Oyedika did not play, Anthony Dennis is not going to play. But I mean, we are missing Dele Bashiru, we are missing Olaino. We're definitely missing some players. But you still believe that we should have been good enough to get the job done. We should have been good enough to get the job done, regardless of who we're missing. Because at the end of the day, I mean, even DRC, they were missing their best player, no?
Yeah, yeah, Wisa.
In Jan Wissa. So we can't really use missing players as excuses.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's see. We're already far over time. Is there anything that we want to say again about Super Eagles before I move on to the
Yeah, yeah. I'm just. I think it's just like the way forward. What can actually be the way forward? I think the NFF need to see IoT. I don't think they can be way forward because the way the Nigerian system works, nobody is accountable for anything. Eh, People will move on. You know, people will move on. As far as I spoke to somebody before. He said, "Who are you? Who are you? You know you that talk with you're just a joke about how talk with IoT. How many people they watch yourself? We don't care." Part of those that's when they actually what are because nobody can actually what hold them accountable. The people that can actually what do exactly what they like. So for me, this World Cup team, people who don't cash out. That's 1 billion naira. They will spend everything. They will not spend it. People will be balling. So in my own opinion, we cannot separate football from the Nigerian system. So nothing will happen again. See, CAF already released that AFCON qualifier will start next year. That AFCON qualifier will start next year now. They will not fix anything for the AFCON qualifier. And if you are not careful, I'm saying it here, we're not go to the AFCON.
A lot of restructuring needs to be done. A lot of
We,
change.
we don't have the capacity, IoT.
But
We don't have it. We don't have it. See, IoT, we don't have the capacity. Every team, this World Cup qualifier, not qualifying. It's been long coming.
Mm.
How many home games have we won in the last 2 years, 3 years? The World Cup qualifier. We lost at home to Central Republic. We lost at home to Guinea-Bissau, AFCON qualifiers. We don't have the capacity. I told somebody here, see, we don't have it. We don't have it. Let's just wait and see exactly if somebody can just, no, we don't have it. The players, they want to do all these things. So we don't have it.
Sorry, one more thing that I want to touch on. I even had this thing here. The NFF released a statement earlier today after the defeats of yesterday. And they said the Nigerian Football Federation wishes to openly and sincerely apologize to His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, to the federal government as a whole, and to millions of Nigerians, most especially our passionate, loyal football fans, following the Super Eagles' failure to qualify for the 2026 FIFA World Cup finals. Sunday's loss to DR Congo in the Africa Playoff Final in Rabat remains a moment of profound sadness for Nigerian football. For a nation where the Super Eagles serve as a symbol of unity, hope, and collective pride, missing out on the World Cup for a second consecutive time is a disappointment of great weight and emotional depth. The NFF, the technical crew, and the players understand the gravity of this moment. We understand the expectations Nigerians rightly hold. We understand the passion and sacrifice of a country that has always stood firmly behind its team through triumphs and trials. And we recognize that our collective efforts did not deliver the outcome this nation deserved. What do you think about that statement by the NFF?
Maybe Olaye use Shaggy Betty to write it and post it on the internet. See, IoT. What do they want to say? They have to settle to the president because he's the only person that can ask them to bring the money they gave them. He's the only person that can talk to them, that can look for a way to remove them. So IoT, there's nothing here. There's nothing here. There's nothing here. This same thing will happen again. Amanju Pinnick said he's still having PTSD from the Qatar World Cup. That was his cross to carry for his life. See, IoT, there's nothing in this statement. It's just a press release. If you want to do anything, match it with what? With action. With action. See, IoT, mention one team that is working. IoT, I know that you are close to this player, so I never believed that in my lifetime that Nigeria Falcons will draw to the Benin Republic. I never believed so.
And they nearly lost.
Yes, they nearly lost.
I spoke to a Super Falcons player after that game. She said, "Oh man, I God save us." Now what she said, "Oh man, I God save us." They nearly lost that game.
Yes. You know, see, I spoke to somebody. That it can be listening to me now. That if they need 3 goals, they go score now. No. I said that banana they ripe. I talk say it they spoil. I don't say they ripe. See, what happened to Super Eagles? I don't want to be afraid of doom. Super Falcons is next. See, that yo AFCON triumph, if they are not careful, you know, Randy Wardum said it I hope maybe it's your interview or one other interview, that this thing that is happening in Nigeria is going to get to a stage that Nigeria will not be able to qualify for a major tournament. He said it now. So all these things is coming. See, the issue is this now. How I wish the president can ask us to quit football. Honestly, we don't go to this AFCON. Because if we go to this AFCON, some people will still going to be cashing out. How I wish the president of Nigeria, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, is it GCFR, this thing, should take us away from football. Then Ibrahim Gusso should return to his farm in Zafara. Please, because we are still playing football, that's the reason why some people see the shop. At least all those journalists that are giving extra code, and at least everybody go rest. IoT. If this thing continues, and nothing will change. They need to ban us for 2 years. Well, okay, maybe for 1 year. When they start the AFCON qualifier, we could start. They could leave this AFCON. Everybody should go to see. We don't have business playing football. Uyo, you should go and be doing the video concert there. We should ignore football for now. Honestly, if they don't ban us, nothing will change. Nothing will change. I think we need to go home. IoT under 17, you are aware of this. And IoT, you have to be mentioning their name now. They are paying for slots under 20. Under 17 is pay for slots. Under 23, Sashi Yusuf invited a care worker to come and play in UK, to come and play under 23. Super Eagle is not working. What is now working? What are we playing football for, IoT? MPFA is not working. The people that are coaching the MPFA do not have certificates. Go and check now. MPFF employed Moses Aduku to under 20 Falconet. The man don't have certificates. Who did the interview? So IoT, we need to go. We need to stop football. Honestly, we need to stop football. We should just stop football and be doing something else. They should ask all of the clubs to go home. Everybody should just stop this football for now. This is causing unnecessary stress for this country. We should stop football. See, when Ivory Coast, there was one AFCON that Ivory Coast went. They had the military, the military this thing there. He said he will smack them when they come back. I don't know if he finally did though. He said he will beat them up. When they come back, I think from Nigeria 2000. He said he will beat them up. See, we need to be serious. Osimhen, go and play for your club. Oh, go and play. We need to stop football in this country. If it's going to be Guso and Sanusi and Amaju Pinnick in charge of our football, we need to stop it. We don't need to play football again. Anybody that is saying he's shopping for football, they should go and be doing farming. Like our first lady. Yeah, she's doing farming.
Our first lady is doing gardening and local home this thing. Okay, see, let's move on quickly. We're already over time so that we can take a few calls. Let's talk about the CAF awards.
Yeah.
In 2 days, new men's player of the year, women's player of the year, as well as other awards will be announced. They've announced the final 3 for most of the awards that will be handed out on that day. Shout out to Shakirat Moshood. She made the final 3 for the young player of the year on the women's side. Shout out to Chiamaka Nadozie, made the final 3 for the goalkeeper of the year award for the women. The Super Falcons are nominated for the team of the year, national team of the year on the women's side. And I want to focus on the 2 big awards of the evening: men's player of the year and women's player of the year, as there is a Nigerian nominated in the top 3 for both awards. We'll start with the men. Victor Osimhen, Mohamed Salah, and Ashraf Hakimi. Smith Layi, is there any world in which Victor Osimhen wins this award?
No, he's finishing third. And he's not, it's just like he's finishing third. He's finishing third. There's no, it's like you're going to a league with Bayern Munich. You know that Bayern Munich than any other club finish actually what a second. For me, I don't think it deserves to be the outcome of the year.
Are you surprised that he made the top 3 though?
You respect who want to make the top 3 too? Is it Buanga? The guy says you come with DG. Eh?
Gurasi.
So Gurasi did not have a good season.
Last
He
year?
did go in the Club World Cup, but not really the best. Not like when Osimhen won. You know, it was so good. No, it was so good when Lookman won. It was so good. So for me, with due respect, you know, I think Osimhen is also actually to be there. Okay,
so who do you have winning this one? Salah or Hakimi?
Hakimi.
Hakimi.
Champions League winner. He will come there with his crutches and win it.
Do you think Fiston Mayele had any chance of making it into the top 3?
He switched Fiston Mayele. Is it because he's facing his score penalty against us? See, and he scored one ball that bounces down offside. For me, Mayele is a good player, you know, but I think he should be the African player of the. You know, these domestic players. You know,
the interclub player of the year.
The club player of the year, yeah, that's it. He should be the one. So, yeah.
I mean, I think it's definitely Hakimi's trophy this year. You know, his success at club level plus his performances. I think he wins this one more likely than not. On the women's side, we have Rashidat Ajibade as a finalist alongside 2 Moroccans, Ghislaine Shebak and Sanam Sudi. Do you think Ajibade can win this one?
It's between Shebak and Ajibade. I don't think Sudi will actually win it. If Hakimi is winning,
they should not do Morocco.
Well, you know, Nigeria.
Yeah.
You know, Osimhen, Oshwala, Nigeria. You know, with due respect, it should be Ajibade. You know, I think even Okoronko should be there instead of Masudi. Masudi also. Okoronko should be there. There'll be 2 Nigerians against Morocco. But 2 versus 1. You know, not like elections. Go and carry their votes to go and give one of them. If we step down for somebody, you know, we don't want to step down. For me, I think I already had a better chance of winning.
Obviously, you guys know that I have a bias and I've been rooting for Ajibade since the initial list was drawn up. So I am hoping and believing that Rashidat Ajibade has this one in the bag. Ghislaine Shebak, she had an okay season for her club. She did well for Morocco. We know that as well. But Ajibade ultimately still had a better club season and ultimately still had a better WAFCON winning the title, being the player of the tournament, winning 3 player of the match awards. So I think Ajibade should win this one. I really hope that they give it to her. And like you mentioned, Esther Okoronkwo, a lot of people were even tipping Esther Okoronkwo to win the award, but definitely expecting her to be amongst the finalists for this award, especially because Sanam Sudi was included. You wonder, Sanam Sudi, yes, maybe she plays in the CAF Women's Champions League, and she does pretty well for ASFA, and she did pretty well for Morocco as well. But maybe you look at Okoronkwo's whole body of work in the period under consideration, and you wanted that Okoronkwo had a better year. I honestly think that part of what might have worked against Okoronkwo in this selection is 1, time, and 2, the league that she plays in. So first of all, Okoronkwo only started. So this award is between January and October 2025. Okoronkwo only started playing in April, or in April, yes, when the season started in Toronto. In her first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 games of the season, she had 4 goals. Then she went to the WAFCON. We know she had 2 goals and 5 assists at the WAFCON. And then she went back to her club and scored another 4 goals in the next 10 games. The WAFCON, again, I say this with respect. I like Esther. She's my friend. But the WAFCON really, really put a spotlight on her and made it seem like she was doing more than she was doing, in my own opinion. In the league that she plays in, she was not her club's talisman until after the WAFCON. And then she came back with a reputation of winning the WAFCON, doing well there, and then she became a key player for her club. I think the technical committee that selected this just put more respect on the person that was playing in the CAF Women's Champions League than the person that was playing in the Canadian NSL. I think so. And somebody here is saying Canada League is better than Morocco League. I don't know if I necessarily agree with you.
Where is the Mususu play?
Umsudi is in the Moroccan League, in ASFA.
ASFA, okay, yeah.
So somebody saying that the Canada League is better. I don't know if I agree, because again, this person that is saying it has probably never watched one game in the NSL. I watch the games. I see the level of competition. I've sent you some of the goals that she scores. You can watch it and say this is not high level football. This league, with all due respect, the Canadian NSL is a league filled with older players that are looking for another opportunity, players that went to have children and are coming back and they need the league to play in, and young players that could not get into the NWSL, that's the US league, and are now looking for an opportunity. Esther probably came because of the money. Because they are paying a lot better than many leagues around the world. Esther probably came because of the money. The reality of it is that Esther is not supposed to be playing in a league like this. And I think that the technical committee just did not respect it enough. I think they just not respect it enough. And at the same time, I understand people that say she should have been there if you put a lot of weight in the WAFCON. Somebody says Chawinga is better than Passam Sudi. Even I thought that Chawinga would have made it there. Honestly, I would have thought that Chawinga would have made it there. Somebody said, do we have the best Canadian players playing in that league? No, the best Canadian players play in USA and in Europe. The NSL, the Canadian Northern Super League, like I said, is mostly older players that are looking for an opportunity, players that went and had children and are looking for a comeback, and then young players that are trying to break into professional football. The league is still substandard. There are 6 teams in the league, for crying out loud. It's yeah. They play each other 4 times. Then they go to playoffs. So it's a very, very low level league. And I just think that it worked against her. But at the same time, she's allowed to feel a little bit aggrieved, and I understand it. She put out a statement on social media. She said, I remain grateful for the support across Africa. CAF's decision is noted, but my focus stays on the pitch, where recognition is earned, not awarded. Awards don't always reflect reality, but the pitch never lies. I understand her frustration. But at the same time, I will say this is not new. I remember the year that Ajibade was by far Atletico Madrid's best player, had a fantastic time. She made the team of the WAFCON. She was the WAFCON top scorer, and they still selected the Catalana that did not do anything, even though they were in the same club. They still selected Catalana ahead of her. So the technical committee, they do make these very funny decisions sometimes. I would say for Esther, just keep your head up. I don't think that she necessarily had to put out this statement. I honestly don't think so, because what she's kind of saying is that she's not getting what she deserves. If it makes her feel better, fine. I honestly don't think she had to put it out like this, but she should just put her head down. She should go to a better league next season, and she should try to do what she did again. There's another WAFCON next year. She should just keep her head down and do what she did.
In February.
Yeah, in February. So she should keep her head down and do what she did again. If you did it once, like, go and do it in a better division where people would notice you more, and where people will put more respect on your name. Because even with Osimhen and the 40-something goals he scored last year, realistically, they're not going to weigh it the same way they are weighing Salah and Hakimi's efforts, because of the level that he was playing against. And I don't want to say that Esther cannot do this in a bigger league. I don't want to say that. So she should just go and do it. And then when she does it, everybody will be able to see point blank that she's the best. But at the same time, she should not vex. It just like this is her first nomination. She should not vex. Some players have been nominated 5 times. My dear friend Christy Uchebe, last year she won 5 trophies with. She won her 5th trophy in a row. She won 2 trophies last season. She did everything. She did not even nominate her in the list. The year she won treble, she won 3 trophies with her club. Was one of the club's best players. They nominated her. She not, so Ajibade. This is probably Ajibade's maybe 3rd or 4th nomination. So she should just put her head down. It happens. Like, but even Hakim is. How many times have they nominated Hakim? Is
third time or 4th time?
Yeah, just about to win his own now. So I think she should just put her head down. I understand that a lot of people were rooting for her. She's happy that she's good. It's good that she has the support. And she should just keep doing what she's doing. She should just keep doing what she's doing. I understand her upset. I understand her disappointment. I just don't think that you need to necessarily say, recognition is not awarded, because at the end of the day, you wanted the award. So now that you're not going to get the award, it's now looking as if you're saying, okay, well, it doesn't reflect reality. But if they gave you, it would have reflected reality. So I think she could have avoided that statement, but it is what it is, man. She's a human being, emotions and all of that. But yes, someone says Esther is like 28, a little too young to have gone there. Yeah, she's 28 years old. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. But nevertheless, the CAF Awards will be coming up on November the 19th at what time is it? 7 p.m. Nigerian time, I think it is. I think it's 7 p.m. Nigerian time. I'm going to be doing a live watch along, so please join me on that day. And hopefully we crown at least 1 or 2 Nigerian players. Hopefully Ajibade wins the player of the year.
Chiamaka should have been nominated for the main player
for the main player of the year. See, that's another good point. I think so, but she's a goalkeeper, so it works against her. Because overall, do I think Chiamaka was better than Sanam Sudi? Probably.
Yes.
But she's a goalkeeper, so it works against her. So these things sometimes are not always fair. Defenders, goalkeepers, they never get recognition that they really deserve. And then at the end of the day, it happens as it happens. Okay. But yes, join me on November the 19th. I think it's 7 p.m. Nigerian time. We'll be live for the live watch along of the CAF Awards. And it should be a fun one. Hopefully, Chiamaka wins goalkeeper. Not hopefully, Chiamaka is going to win goalkeeper of the year. Hopefully, Ajibade wins the player of the year. Osimhen probably wouldn't win, but who knows? National team of the year, probably the Super Falcons. Let's see if Shakira Moshood can win the young player of the year award. And it should just be a fun live stream. Okay, well over time, so each person is going to get 4 minutes to say their piece. So I hope you have your thoughts well noted. 4 minutes to say your piece, and then we can wrap up for this evening. I thank everyone that has been patient sticking with us. If you are yet to like the video, because again, I don't know why I have to beg you guys so much. Please now like the video. Over 200 people have been watching, less than 60 likes. How far? Please like the video. It only takes 10 seconds of your time and it goes a very, very long way. I always account for the fact that maybe 15% of you don't actually like us. They just come here to hear what we say so that they can send it to people and they can be upset. But for the rest of you, the 75% that actually like us, I beg, like the video now. I beg. It costs you absolutely nothing. It costs you absolutely nothing. You know. And thank you to everyone that has left super chat. That one cost you something. Okay, let's take callers. 4 minutes each, please. Sports Grinder, welcome.
Hey guys, how y'all doing?
Good.
Man, still reeling from this loss. But anyway, I was able to take my time to watch some highlights here and there. And I agree with Smith. The moment we removed the Osimhen, we needed to have changed everything. It's hard to rate why our midfielders are this kind of bad. It's almost like we cannot play any other formation except jamming the midfield, having way more bodies in the middle, which a 3-5 whatever or 3-4-3 will give us. You know, it's kind of like sad to see that, because I don't know why almost every team will come up with a games that plays a 4-3-3. Even Gabon took the midfield away from us. Everybody tends to take the midfield away from us. Will they beat us is a different thing, but I don't know whether we need to start changing players or not. But I try to give myself hope. Oh, these guys now, no, 2 World Cups they don't miss. They're gonna change. No, but when I heard the NFF, like when I read the NFF message today, I knew no, these guys are not doing anything. Then when I heard the DG of NSC answer a question when Kelechi asked him, the manner in which he answered the question, did you ask this when we won Gabon? Like, that just shows you these guys don't even care. Like, it's, forget about it. It's business as usual. And Smith was saying, oh, no, this Gusa is going to go. No. Gusa is not going anywhere. Like, we can put a bet on it. He's going to win. He's going to win.
I can say it now. So people can see what you mean. See, I think the power that be now have interests in who becomes the NFL president. You know that it was an handover to him, but now the power that be, I don't want to mention the person's name. They are like, okay, they have interest. That person will be laughing now because if he's watching this video, because he's texting me, you becomes the NFL president. So, and
okay, let's say in a perfect world, yes, he loses. I can only see 2 names that will be the president, Sanusi or Sheudiko. But Sheudiko will not even want to come because he's
Sheudiko is the football commission chairman.
He's in a judicial position, NSC, which is overseeing everything. So he wouldn't even want to come to NFF, not now at least, maybe after this Tinubu era finishes. So it's almost like Sanusi and who. Then I was listening to a show. Let me not say show. All this IG live of one of some guy, like you likely know him, but I'm not going to say the name. He's based in UK. He was quoting an article of NFF on how they managed to remove all the player association votes and reduced it to only 2 votes. So now, if you need to win the NFF chairman, president, you just only need to go around and frolic with the state FA chairmen, and you're good. And that's not how you select an NFF president, because all of them are the same body. Like,
sorry, let me just say something before I ask my comment. See, we know that.
Yeah.
We know how they win in these things. See, let me tell you something. NFL election is like it's a delegate election.
Yes.
You know, delegates work in parties,
In
in also
PDP,
PDP and
money.
APC.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. I can assure you that they will remove Ibrahim Guzo.
Mm.
See, let me tell you something. See, nobody failed to qualify for the World Cup in the history of Nigeria continues. Nobody. Even in Italian 90, we have to change guards. Ibrahim
Unless see the reality of it is that unless he has enough money to settle everybody, that's the
no, even the don't worry, those that will vote will not even come from this thing. They will come from Dubai to come and vote. Don't worry.
no.
Yeah,
But
I
I don't know.
hope. I hope
This
something.
thing is politics now. There's money
It's
involved.
politics.
There's money involved. I mean, they'll probably look at it as maybe not in their best interest to keep him, but I don't know how much money he wants to give them that will make them keep him. That's the issue because somebody else that sees the opportunity to come and take the place is also going to put some money down. At the end of the day, is money exchanging hands.
I just believe that he's not going to bring ex-national as he's not ready. He needs to be learned too because our ex-nationals that they have failed us.
Yeah.
All right.
Well,
Thank you.
that's what I had to say, though. But anyway,
Thank
I'll
you
see
for
you guys
that.
on Friday. All right.
Yeah,
All right.
thank you.
Come on.
All right. Charles, welcome, Charles.
Hello,
That
hello,
is
hello.
Guzo PA.
No, Smith. After yesterday, I had mixed emotions. Whether to cry, whether to laugh, whether to I could not eat, I could not sleep. It was like a nightmare. So for the past,
I don't know who slept well yesterday.
I did not
You slept
sleep
well,
well. I'm like, for the past 8 years, we will not see Nigeria at the World Cup, and people are insulting the players. First off, I will say this: when Pesero was on a winless streak, when he was finding it difficult to win, why didn't heads roll? Why didn't heads roll? See that Pesero style. Pesero style can work in a tournament. This is not a tournament. This is a league phase. When he was in a winless streak, heads should have rolled. Some we need to act fast. It was when match day 5, everybody now had sense and they came to rescue you. Knowing quite well that football and playing football in Africa is very difficult. I don't care what it's like playing, it's very difficult to play. Very, very difficult. Physicality, everything, match balance, it's difficult. Now, coming to this playoff, we all knew that this was our second chances. NFF had one goal. Make these guys feel comfortable. You owe them money. They did not come out to play. They came out the next day. They were playing Gabon. The fitness was not there. This match extended to 120 minutes. That was the ripple effect. Coming to this game, okay, they scored the first goal. Good. I was afraid of Congo. I said, I do not want Congo. I knew Congo would beat Cameroon. I said, God, please, these people don't score much goal, but their physicality, they will finish you. I said, I rather prefer, if I play in the highline, I rather prefer Frederick. I don't, say me, Ajayi, with all due respect, he's not the fastest. I said, I want Frederick there. Maybe I was him at that right back. Or would I play a 3-5-2? A 3-5-2. Push Lookman on the left side, put OC. Because I'm like, I don't want to face Congo. I am afraid of their physicality is what I fear. These guys gave Morocco a run for their money. These guys almost won Senegal. So these guys are not underdogs. And majority of their play, you see Lukaku now. You see Lukaku, you see how big and you see how he bullies players. He's a Congolese descent. I was saying I do not want it. We scored the first goal. That Lookman should have indeed he shall leave that ball for Chukwueze. Chukwueze has already set his leg. Scored that second goal, killed the game. Now for the penalty, I don't understand why our players cowardly ran away. Simon Moses was making noise, right? That nobody can bench him. You had one job to start to make people know why you are the don. You missed penalty. I will give Bassey credit for stepping up. I know he's a defender. Even some of the Congolese players were missed. This was their first time taking penalty. Commentator said it. I said, me Ajayi, your body language gave away the goalkeeper, gave away where we were supposed to play that stuff. Now look at we're not in the World Cup. Now what's the way forward? I don't see us winning AFCON. I don't see us qualifying for 2027 AFCON. The only thing Nigeria has now, we need to go back to invest in the grassroots, not just in grassroots football, invest in coaching education. So that as Erichel is steering the ship, we are building up coaches. Don't go and get coaches that will go to.
Yeah. Sorry, what's like sorry, IoT. I just got a video now. That thing that water was sprinkling. It came to sprinkling in the Nigerian's area.
Can you send me the video?
Yeah, let me just send the video to you now. He came, he brought the water to our bench. Let me just try and like share the video to you.
See, and for this
You have
voodoo
30
stuff, voodoo
seconds,
has its
Charles,
limit.
please.
Okay, voodoo has its limit, so I don't really buy this voodoo stuff. Now, where can we go? The best thing right now, I don't want us playing football no more. I don't think I'm watching Nigerian match. It's such a shame. Me and AyoT, the whole African diaspora will be celebrating their country. The giants of Africa, so-called giants, is not there. The only country that has the most African immigrant in the US is not there. The US, where we announced ourselves to the world, is not there. All the African Nigerian based business that will make money is not there. This thing has affected us badly. And I think Tinubu, somebody has to step in and sort out this man. Let them ban us. I don't care. Because we can't win anything. We're not going to win anything. We're not developing the right players. That's what people don't understand. We're not developing them correctly. And it shows. Look at Tolu. Tolu can't chess ball. Onyedika can't tackle. Frank can't pass ball. Ndidi can't finish. The whole team is unbalanced. But yeah, like I said, I'm so sorry for what happened. I wish all of us well, and I pray we sort it out, because really, we really have to get our act back. Everybody is speaking pace. Nigeria is now becoming the laughing stock of Africa.
Right.
From disappointment to disappointment, it's becoming a norm. Something has to be done. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you very much, Charles. Thank you very much. All right. Smith Layi, have you sent it?
No, I want to see how I can share it on Twitter. It's on Twitter that is.
Just copy the link and send the link to me.
Okay. So yeah.
Because I saw one video on Twitter. I want to know if it's the same video that I saw.
Okay. Yeah. So let me just. So who else again are we having?
Damola, welcome.
Hi, AyoT and Smith Layi. It is well. Okay, I will start with this. Remember the game that we played against Gabon, right? After that, I came to speak about the match, right? And I gave a different view, and most people were insulting me on the comment section because I was a bit being critical of the game. I think it's because we got carried away because we won 4-1. But what I was saying was clear, that we have no business going into extra time in that game against Gabon. What does it profit a man if you go extra time and score 4 goals, and then you get to the final game against the Congo and you lose? I knew we'll be in trouble. So the game that we lost yesterday was lost because of what happened against Gabon. And I will simplify it again. In that game, before the 90 minutes, we did not have the ability. The game against Gabon, we should have found a way to finish that game without conceding. I remember very well Osimhen, and this is not to criticize Osimhen, but this is talk about what I saw. When you are leading 1-0, you need to find a way to keep the ball. There were 2 occasions when the game was 1-0, when Osimhen had the ball and he had no support. He should have kept the ball as a professional, but instead, he kicked the ball. He tried to score the ball by himself. Those are the kind of things that affect you in a game. And then the opposite team will then get possession again. He should have kept the ball and then waited for a support from a fellow player. It doesn't matter if that player is a defender. You cannot try and score by yourself when you know it is impossible for you to score. And in that game, when we now got to the extra time and we were leading maybe 2-1, I was expecting Eric Chell to have maybe removed Osimhen quickly, knowing that Osimhen cannot play 120 minutes. If Osimhen plays 120 minutes, I knew that he didn't finish 120 minutes, right? But he only removed Osimhen after 4 goals. Then I knew that there's a high chance that Osimhen will be injured in the final game. I knew that Osimhen cannot complete 90 minutes in our second game. What does it profit you if you play 120 minutes in a game? And in the game, when we need you for 90 minutes, you can't play it. I knew that even it will be. Why do we have Onyedika on the bench? Why do we have Alassane Yusuf on the bench? I knew that Iwobi will be. I know we can say whatever we have to say about Iwobi, but Iwobi played 120 minutes. So when the game came yesterday, now, okay, let me take you guys back to what happened in the last AFCON. Maybe we forgot. We played against Bafana Bafana of South Africa, right? In the semi-final. We went to extra time. and then we went to penalty shootouts. By the time the game was over, the players were tired. So when the final came, most of these players were already having injury. They had fatigue. They were tired. You saw what Olaino was doing. You saw even Osimhen, they were all tired. And it was because of that that Ivory Coast was able to beat us. So I knew that something like that was likely to happen yesterday. The reason why the midfield collapsed was because the Congolese players are very physical. The moment I knew that we were going to meet DR Congo in the final, not Cameroon, I knew we would be in trouble because
30 seconds, please, Damara.
Sorry?
30 seconds, please.
I knew that they were more physical than us, Now, secondly, so that is that. Secondly, about the issue of voodoo or no voodoo, I know you guys. I was at the beginning. I was thinking, is this a show on football or is this a show about arguing about voodoo or no voodoo? We say AyoT. I don't know when you started watching African football. In life, people talk about their own personal experience. We don't know what Eric Chell saw. So in that interview, Eric Chell was responding to a specific question.
I share with you.
To something he saw. We were not there. So he was one that saw it and he responded. Now, AFCON 2000. I don't know if Smith Layi watched that game. AFCON, the game between Nigeria and Senegal. That is
Yeah,
the
I told you the
game I've ever watched in my life. That game, people who had high blood pressure that day in Nigeria, that game was crazy. Nigeria we were playing in Lagos National Stadium. We did everything. One of the Nigerian officials, I think Yemi Laloko.
Please wrap up, please.
Yemi Laloko, he said he saw something by the post, and he quickly went to pick that thing from the post. And after that, Nigeria scored. Now, is that the reason why we won the game? I don't know. So people only talk about their own personal experience. We've heard of players going to Europe, and then before they go to Europe for trials, one Baba somewhere will fortify themselves. Some people will go to maybe a White Garment Church before going to trials. They will fortify themselves. If you have been to the stadium, you will see even fans holding calabash. Now, if that thing works or not, we don't know. But people are talking from their own personal experience.
Okay. So Damola, just because I let you go on because you.
Oh no, sorry. I'm just.
You were speaking to me directly. See, again, I don't know what you heard me say, because there's nothing that you said that I don't understand. Have I said that voodoo or juju does not exist? No, I live on planet Earth. It exists. Does it affect? No, I do not think that it has any influence on the outcome of the game. Did I find it embarrassing that after our match, our coach goes and speaks about voodoo? Yes, he was responding to a question, but he did not have to say anything about voodoo, because when you've just lost a game and they're asking you, oh, why were you angry at the end of the game? And you go and tell them it is because of voodoo. One, it sounds like an excuse. Two, it is a laughable and embarrassing statement to make. No, that does not mean that they were not doing it. They might have been doing it. But for him to go immediately after a match and go and talk about it, it is embarrassing and it sounds like an excuse. That's all I'm saying. I've not said that it does not exist. I've not said that whether African football started, it doesn't matter. It sounds like an excuse. It is embarrassing. It was necessary to say. That's what I'm saying.
Yes, 10 seconds. Yes, I'll just finish up by this. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. I was just responding to when you said it was embarrassing for him to have said that, but
I think it was.
Yeah, it's fine. But after a game, people get emotional and people show their emotions by how they react. Sometimes people show their emotions by what they say. So it was at the heat of the moment when he was asked that question, and he's human, And
it wasn't the heat of the moment. It was after the match when he was walking through the mix zone.
Okay. I don't think it was embarrassing. It was just talking about what he saw.
Well, if it wasn't embarrassing, then why is everybody laughing about it on social media?
Because people were not there. People don't know what.
Because it was embarrassing to say.
Okay,
that's the reason why it has become a joke on social media. But thank you, Damola.
It's people's opinions,
All right. At the end of the day, it is people's opinions. But it wasn't like, I'm not saying he did not see something. But to go out and say it's like, why people are using it to make jokes on social media? Because it was embarrassing to say. It's a laughable statement. Okay, we'll take final caller. Alex T. It doesn't look like Alex T is there. Okay. You are muted. We can't hear you.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you. Please go on quickly.
All right, man. Thank you, man. Thank you. I appreciate it, man. I'm gonna take this quick, man. Every time I'm not criticizing anybody, but every time I keep telling you about Tolu, the dude does not know how to play ball. Period. Let's just take it. He can't try ball. He can chest ball. He can't do nothing. So just forget about him for now. Simon, I don't know. He's a good player, but terrible yesterday. Um, I want to go back. I don't want to go back to anything. I don't want to talk about the game. Don't pass. Let's just move on. We lost. What is the next step for the team to do? Is it NFF? What is the what is the next step for us to go with this thing? It's just to start building. There's a lot of players. Nations Cup is coming. Let's just start seeing where. Just wait for the coach to see what he wants to do next. Let's just see that. And I want to point about the Esther thing. I think I watched the league. I watched the Canadian League. I even watched the finals they played the other day. I watched it. They could have even won that game if that girl passed that simple ball to Esther. They could have won. So I watched Esther. She plays, but like I said, the Canadian League is nowhere close to. It's not nowhere close to anything. I see the goals she scores. Some of them is laughable, but she's doing her thing. So I can see her frustration, for not nominated. She did well in the Nations Cup. I don't know why there are two Moroccans, but maybe they want to compensate them for all the things they're doing for Africa, So maybe that's the reason. I think that's the reason. I think that's the reason because two of them should not be there. But again, that's people vote and all that stuff. But my only thing now is where do we go from here? Because our league is trash. NFF is trash. They're going to show up by taking cash money to the dressing room when they win. They beat Gabon, and somebody just showed a video about them dancing. All the officials dancing. Some of them took their wives and they were dancing. It's unnecessary, man. Come on. I mean, I don't know where our football is going. I play game even when I'm in the US. Yeah, I used to play for my college and all that stuff. We used to have college, like college games. And the truth is, we need to be realistic. Come on, man. Our age stuff is a problem. Our under 20 cannot go anywhere because by the time they go to under 20, you see Spain. They have kids playing for Barcelona. They have people playing for Arsenal. We can't beat those kids. Technically, football is not about skill and strength anymore. Football now is technical. We keep talking about 94, 94. Yeah, we have skills. Bring those 94 guys come today. They can win. Football is not about skill. It's technical now. You have to read games. This Nigerian game after the game, you remember you guys were saying our coach, whoever is our match reader, needs to go watch Congo game. Did they actually go watch Congo game and Cameroon game to see what was happening? We don't know. So now you need to be technical. You need to, watch games. You need to be scouting people, watching. I watched a lot of Nigerian players. I was watching a guy from when Arsenal with this guy play. I watch a lot of Nigerian players in their leagues. Are we watching those people or we just go and pick? I think Erichel was just going with whatever foundation was already built. He was just going with that. He didn't want to change too much. Maybe when he did maybe one or two tweak or something like that. He was just going by that because he didn't want to change anything. He was so close when he came in. It was unfortunate for him. And again, Juju stuff. Dude, Juju is there. It does not work in football. Forget it. Juju does not work in football. If Ugu works in football, why Bale catch 2 goals? Why didn't they stop it? Juju does not work. Juju is there, but it does not work in football. Because if you work in football, Africa would have won World Cup. The same thing they say for Nigeria, say Juju, you go make money medicine. If money medicine they work, Nigerians would have been the world richest people in the world.
Okay.
It doesn't work.
Sorry, I'm just Nigerian society there. Sorry, AyoT.
Yeah.
Just like there was the masquerade. The masquerade had this thing called local bulletproof. That when you shoot, the bullet will not penetrate. So, and that bulletproof is only for the local gun. It's not for AK-47. So the juju is just for these local this is not for when they are facing Wita or when they are facing Kevin De Bruyne's shot. So he said, when the white man wanted to shoot the guns, let's try it. Let's not try this. because this the truth is not. I'm just saying it. Maybe the juju that they did is for all these small things. It's not. It's not. It's not global. It's not.
Dude, if it was Juju they were throwing, somebody threw a bottle in front of Ejuke. The guy didn't even pay attention. He still score.
Yes.
So why did Juju not stop? I mean, it's whatever you believe, but in reality, this thing does not affect the game because we pray. How come? Okay, if Juju is working, we pray God all the time. Why come God make us win?
God is God. Is God not the most powerful?
So what are they saying about play? If you know how to play, you play. If you don't know how to play, you don't know how to play. And sometimes there is luck. We were unlucky yesterday. They play better than us. In the penalty, we were unlucky. They won. So forget about all this juju and all juju stuff. Your reality is your reality, but it's not mine. I don't believe in juju, so it wouldn't happen to me. That's it. Because some people don't believe in God. They don't believe in God.
Exactly.
That's it. So, but my own thing is just where do we go from here? If we have to do something before the Nations Cup, it's like 5 weeks.
There's
what can we do?
There's nothing that's happening before the Nations Cup.
They asked them to submit their they asked them by next week. They submit their pro the list for Nations Cup.
There's nothing happening between now and Nations Cup. It's the same mentality in both Nations Cup.
In fact, Ugo Bruce is even preparing a press conference start of December for his final 23 managers.
But anyway, man, thank you, man. I appreciate
it. More of the same, we just hope that we can win somehow, but we'll see how it goes.
Win what?
Man, I don't think it's a compensation. If we don't go World Cup, I don't even care about the Nations Cup, but because it's not a compensation.
Like, when are we starting AFCON countdown?
5 days to the game.
The funniest thing is that if the team now this beautiful run during AFCON, all this whole qualification, we forget it. Now,
but then next summer we'll remember.
We'll remember.
That
is our own thing. Imagine Nigeria winning this AFCON, winning the AFCON again. We will forget.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
All right. Thank you, Mr.
But thank you, man. Thank you, man. Thank you.
Okay, just so that I do my due this time, people say I don't. Let me play the video that Smith Layi sent. About the whole juju voodoo incident. Okay, so based on what we can see in that video, he's doing his hand like this towards our bench.
Something is strangling.
Maybe there's something in his hand.
Yeah,
and he's going towards our technical area.
He left this area.
Yes, I went to the Nigerian technical area.
That is trespassing.
Okay, yeah, I agree. But Smith Layi, how did that affect the penalty that they kicked?
No, it's just for him to have the confidence to come and trespass there. That's
okay. Did it distract?
It can also be winding up our bench.
Yes, I agree. It can just be a frustration thing. It can be, but did it distract Eric Shell? Clearly, it did. But again, I don't like the person I was arguing that somebody said that there's not the full video. I don't know where the full video is, but ultimately, all I'm saying is that has nothing to do with the penalty shootouts. That affected the penalty shootout in no way. Eric Shaw was just upset because his team was about to go out. He knew that his team was about to go out and he saw something and he got upset about it. He's a human being. His emotions are high. He's allowed to be upset. Again, for me, my whole thing is that after the match, the first thing you're not going to tell them in a mixed zone is that they were doing voodoo, and it made you nervous about the guy. I was just like, brother, unnecessary, embarrassing. You could have kept that to yourself, and you could have gone. Maybe they usually do a match report after. You tell the referee, they will write it in the match report that DR Congo were doing voodoo, and then maybe later they are doing press conference. You can just make a joke about it. That's my whole point about this whole thing. I'm not arguing whether he believes or not. I'm not arguing whether it's for me. You know what I think? The reason why Eric Shaw was frustrated is because Eric Shaw believes that it works.
Mm-hmm.
He believes that Juju actually did something. I think that's why.
But for me, I think the guy was trying to do something. Maybe probably thinking that we want to use Juju to catch Mbemba's penalty again.
He was trying to counter our own Juju.
Yes.
And yes, the question was specific to what annoyed him. I know. See, but again, he could have avoided saying it. Like he could have avoided saying it. It doesn't matter. Yes, they ask him what happened. So if they ask you what happened, haven't you heard many times where the person will say, that happened on the field, I'm not getting into it. Or it's between when two managers fight, they will say, no, that's between two of us. I'm not going to come and say it. He didn't have to say it now. He said it because he believed it and he believed that it had an influence. And he was upset. Like, so let's not say, even if you slap somebody on the field and they ask you, why did you slap the guy? You will give them the full gist of what happened. No, now he could have avoided answering if he didn't want to. So that's my whole point. So I'm not saying that's not what they asked him. I'm saying he did not have to say it. It was embarrassing to come out and say it. And that's why it's all over social media. That's why people are joking about it. Because when in 2025, your team loses, you're telling us about voodoo. Haba. But let's leave it there. It's not political, but did you see his interview that I did with Odegbami? It was political, I beg. Forget that one. Forget that one. No, someone said is not political. I said, but the interview that I did with Shego Odegbami, it was giving some political answers now. So, well, let's leave it there, guys. Let's leave it there. I want to say a massive thank you to everyone that has stayed with us. This stream has gone on for 2 hours and 48 minutes now. For something that almost didn't happen. We've gone way longer. We've gone way longer. Thank you to everyone that has tuned in. Thank you to everyone that has engaged with us. Your comments, your engagement has all been fantastic. You know, today's conversation was some slightly serious, slightly jokey, a little bit of intermission and banter in between. Nobody should take it seriously. Shout out to Tularu Kodare, man. Wish you all the best as you go back to your club. Strand Larsen scored one beautiful goal today, man. Somebody said Tolu should go and buy one good seat belt before he leaves Morocco. You know, because Strand Larsen scored a beautiful goal. And
for me, I was so upset if Chile list Aguilera
for AFCON. But the thing is, he's going to pick who he knows, and those are the people that he knows. You know, unless he wants to simply go by who he thinks will be the best options, he will pick who he knows. Arokodare, he knows.
It's not close to Terry at all.
Someone said they use Juju. That's why Bassi plays the PK at the top, because they remove the post to the sky. Oh god, man. Super Eagles players, man. Wish you guys all the best, man. You enter your private jets, you go back to your clubs. I hope you feel better. Hopefully your clubs win this weekend. And then from there we move on.
Can I ask you a question to you? Okay. How did you cope yesterday when they lost? How did you feel?
I mean, I was upset. See, I was upset. I was sad.
You sleep well?
I mean, to be fair, I slept well because I slept way long after. You know, the game was in the middle of the day here.
Okay.
So by night time, I don't already calm down, you know, everything. So I slept well, but you know, still very sad, man. You know, I'm you know, in a way, I'm happy that they lost now than they lost in March. Because if they lost in March, you know, that's the thing that always pains me, because my birthday is in March. And the international break is always, my birthday is always during international break. So they will not gonna mess up my birthday period for me. It always they vex me. So I rather that they lost now than lost in March. So
what they do in March now?
In March, they'll play friendly now. Somebody that is trying to prepare for World Cup will pay us to come and play. Now somebody that maybe, you know, by then they would have, in December they're going to do the draws of the World Cup. So if you know they are maybe a team that is in Ghana's group or a team that is in the Ivory Coast group or something, they will call Nigeria to come and play so that they can prepare and we'll make money. At least the FA will still make more money. They will invite us for friendly in London or friendly somewhere in USA or something. People will still travel, will enjoy themselves. But
okay.
Anyways, let's go, guys. Let's go. Thank you very much. Thank you to everybody. All the super chats from Viral Moments to Ada to Charles to Soul Whisperer to Shankumango to Olugbenga to Sports Grinder to Uche to Adidamola and Monsieur and Paul Oloedi. Thank you very much for your support. This has been the Nigerian FC podcast. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. My name is AyoT, and my co-host is.
Midlife.
We'll see you guys on Friday on Gun Football, and then of course, in 2 days' time here for the CAF Awards watch along, and then on Friday on
We hope
for
we'll
Friday.
see me on Wednesday.
We hope we'll see you guys. Bye.